Oh, I
Yep.
didn't get the. I never figured out how to get the thing on. Oh, there it is. Now it's streaming. There's an ad. How do I mute this? I don't need the sound coming from the commercial. So we're now going live. And then the chat is, I think, stream chat collapse. Uh-oh, that was wrong. How do I get the chat back? Oh, this is going to be great because, you get to watch us figure, being old ladies figuring out how tech works. It's always fun. It's never embarrassing, never at all. Hi, everyone.
Old ladies doing tech stuff.
Old ladies doing tech stuff. It's cool. We're cool. It's cool being old. It's cool aging and like not being able to figure this stuff out anymore. It'll happen to you. It'll happen to you.
That should just be a separate segment that we run as welcome
It'll
to
just be
old ladies figuring out
old
tech
ladies
stuff.
figuring tech stuff out. I mean, it has legs. It's got legs for sure.
But at least six.
Yeah. Where's this chat? Where does the chat live? Why can't I find it?
What chat? Who's chat?
For Twitch. Where's the Twitch chat live? I can't find it. It's just
Uh,
not here.
Share your screen with me, babe.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Wait, is that right?
I can't see your Twitch now.
No, that's not working. So that doesn't work.
Oh,
You just see my.
I did see your Twitch, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, I
I
don't
was
know.
looking at the inner window, not the outer
I'll
window.
bring it
And
over.
where's my camera? What the fuck keeps happening to my camera? Excuse my French, everyone. Welcome into
Yeah, welcome
yeah.
to the swearing
Old
show.
ladies
The
figure out
swearing
tech
show with
with
Emily.
yeah, old ladies figuring
Featuring
out tech is
at
an
the
explicit show.
yes,
Not for
featuring
children.
Emily's potty mouth.
God damn it. It will
I
not come
can't
back. Fucking OBS.
spam.
Well, it's
Here we go.
Sparkle
Okay,
Cam.
so I have chat. Chat. It says I click a chat button and then nothing happens.
Well, something happens, but let's
Oh,
see
wait,
what it
here it
is.
is. Here it is. Okay, I found chat. I don't care about that. But now
Okay.
I don't know how to
So
pop it out.
at the bottom, there is a gear.
The
Click on
gear.
the gear, and about halfway down at the bottom of the
Pop out
first section,
chat.
it says pop out chat.
Got it. Okay, good. That's good. So don't.
We haven't figured out how to do that in YouTube yet.
I have. Yeah, I figured
Okay,
that
you
one
got
out. And
that.
that's where I'm going now. So that's gonna
And
be.
I'm gonna check something. I'm not gonna hold you to anything, because we just need more staff to be able to help because there's a lot of
Oh
different things.
yeah.
But
There's so many
I
things.
I've added some. God damn this fucking camera! Why will the
Emily's
camera not
potty
turn the
mouth
fuck
featured
on?
on live. This is our feature today. This is the bonus material you get for
My
being
camera is
early.
working. It has been working. I opened OBS. That is the only fucking thing I did was I opened OBS. And Sparkle Cam absolutely craps the bed.
So quick update for Zoom for YouTube chat. If you want that, like if you go to the chat screen, there's the three vertical dots. I forget what the ellipses, I guess they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can click on that, and then it's just it says pop out chat. Same thing. That's the exact same way to do it. So now I've got the pop out chat for YouTube and the pop out chat for Twitch. And
I do not remember my numbers. My numbers are all fucked up. I think my camera might be working, but it's black because I can't. Well, maybe let's switch to auto and then maybe we'll figure out the numbers.
Resident Media says stop changing the picture on the Google. I think it's in quotes, but I think that might be they're quoting Emily. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry if you meant it and we were doing some wrong stuff. But hi, how you doing? Glad to see you. Glad to see you in the zone, in the jam. Yeah.
Find manual again. Okay.
I think we've got the tech sorted. Hey, Dresden, if you're here and you're in the chat, Is there anything weird going on with the stream? Like, is audio stupid or anything that we wouldn't know because we've got it? We're on the we're on one end of it and you're on the other end. No, it's okay. Quoting a meme. Got it. Understand. Yeah, is there anything weird going on with this stream? We're hoping. So you're here early, which is lovely. We love that. But this is our preliminary old lady fighting with tech. Okay. All right. They say audio's good. I believe them. Hot
Thanks,
diggity
Rich.
dog. Yeah. All right.
So, Rich, you can hear me. You can probably hear Lilith, I'm hoping.
The room is no longer in slow mode. I don't know what that means at all.
Oh, I need to check the chat. Hold on. I don't know why it would be. I don't know why it would go to slow mode.
I don't know what slow mode is. All of this stuff is
It
confusing.
means that you can't just hit something in chat and then chat again and then chat again and then chat again and then chat. You can't spam chat, basically.
That's good, right? You want
Yes.
that?
No, we trust our peoples.
Okay,
And
I don't
if they're
know.
not good, Rich actually can wield the ban hammer and kick them out. All right. So
Okay.
you need what? I need to
Walk
check.
faster on YouTube. I have to reply to the Stroko. So walk faster. The reason for that is because there's actually the third screen is blocked out. That's Emily. She's the one talking. Lilith's lips aren't moving because she's not talking. That's Lilith below me. I'm Amanda. Hi, nice to meet you. That's why. So that's not a bad thing. That's just because Emily's here. She's gonna duck out in about 9 minutes when we actually officially start the show. But thank you for that.
And I'm going to turn off my computer, and I'm probably not going to drop kick it into the trash can. I am just going to work on it.
Off your computer. You're not gonna stick around and be around.
I
Be our
hate
life
everything
vest.
that's happening right now so much that yes, I'm going to turn my computer off.
Oh
I will
no,
be
that's
back,
terrifying.
but I am very, very upset with tech right now. I am in
Yeah.
mod mode and I have no controls.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds terrible.
I don't know that I don't know that I realized they really changed the mod view. And this is adding to the upset. Bubby, get out of your butthole. Come on.
Oh, potty mouth. This potty mouth.
Still not live, not live
Oh
showtime.
no,
So
we're
it's
not. This isn't real. We're live, but we're
this is
not because this is pre-show. This is not. This doesn't
Right,
count.
so should we
sorry,
get it out of our
Rich.
system?
Yeah,
Sorry,
this
Rich.
is the
None of this
time.
is
This
real.
now is the
Bitch.
time.
Pussy. There, I got it out of my system. Oh, everyone froze. Am I still
Yeah,
here?
you froze.
You are frozen.
Yeah, that's. Oh no.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
get it all out now.
Hello?
Your
Shut this
audio's
butthole.
here,
Damn it.
but like you got Tim and Eric for sure.
Can you guys hear me? Did you
Now
guys
we
hear
can. Now you're back. Now we could hear you the whole time. It's just your audio froze like Tim and Eric style.
everything
It was
froze?
just like
My for some reason the internet, like I'm trying to get questions for today, and every time I open up a question to read about it, it like locks up my internet. But also whew, some of
I
these
see.
we just have to have a talk about bots and like bad actors when it comes to the internet. I think
you mean like in this show or like in
like I'm just going through
in
these
the
questions and I
world?
see all the energy trans people especially expend on bad actors and bad arguments. Like,
Yeah, it's
how do you answer someone who asks this? Like, you tell them to fuck off. Like,
yeah, you don't. You make fun of them
what
once
if
and then you
Matt
block
Walsh
them.
comes up to me and says, "What's a woman?" And like, a woman is
Like, I
whatever
don't
she
know how
wants,
to
Matt.
debate this clown.
Slow mode is off. Followers only is.
Jordan Peterson gets summoned in my Dark Souls game.
You kick his balls so hard they come out his throat is what you do.
What if I'm trying to defeat a boss on Elden Ring and like my summoners are Jordan Peterson and
yeah.
What if I come across
Jenner.
Scott? What if I come across Scott Baio and Mother Teresa in a cafe?
Well, the first thing is you get Scott Baio's autograph because that's going to be worth a lot of money.
That's gonna be worth big money.
He was
yeah.
Chachi.
He was Chachi,
He
and
was
like, yeah, he's gonna be
Chachi.
part of the Sixth Reich or whatever's coming down the pike here.
Oh my God. The way Trump talked up
We're
Kid
not
Rock
gonna talk
was
about this
insane.
shit today.
Wait. Wait. Did anyone see the clip of Lee Greenwood? He's introducing Trump. Well, you don't need to know who it is to listen to a story.
I can barely hear Lilith.
Okay. Now can you hear me?
No.
No, it's worse actually.
Ah!
Well, no, there you are. There you
Well,
are.
that's because I was loud.
Okay, yeah, that's what you need
Yeah,
to
no,
do.
it's still very low.
Yeah, see, it's still very quiet.
Yeah, it is. Kick up your volume, babe.
I mean, my volume hasn't been touched since we've started doing this, but let me go.
Doesn't matter. You gotta kick it up. You gotta do it anyway.
So anyway,
Keep full. There you are.
Lee Greenwood is introducing Trump at the now.
Oh, no, now it's too
Is that
loud.
better? I've got it all the way up.
No, nope.
Yeah, it is. It is
Split the
better.
difference.
It is
Now
better.
I'm not hearing any of you.
Split the difference. It's too loud now, and
You're
now
all
you
froze
froze.
again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's
Amanda
gonna be a great
froze
show,
on me.
everyone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great show, everyone. 4 minutes.
I have
You know what?
confirmed that
Is it
all the
better
stuff
now?
is. Yes. Yeah, I've
All
confirmed
right.
that all the stuff is good for moderation, so I'm gonna get out of that. So y'all are good there.
All right.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead. Lee Greenwood.
So Lee Greenwood gets up to introduce Trump, and he starts with all the man who is going to save America and blah blah blah, and then he's on stage talking, and on screen they have Trump backstage, and Lee Greenwood's going on. He did this for veterans, and Trump's back there like looking at somebody like this, and while Lee Greenwood is talking, a woman's voice comes over like the forum's PA and was like, "Welcome to the stage, the President Donald Trump." And Lee Greenwood the whole time is still talking. And I had never in my life seen someone play the band off. But
why did her volume just go away?
Your volume just went away. It just dropped to nothing, and it's gone.
It just
now.
went. Whoop.
Now it's at nothing. Now I don't know what's going on.
Old ladies figuring out tech.
Oh my goodness! The show starts in 3 minutes. What are we gonna do?
I might be having internet issues because everything's freezing up for me. So give me 1 second here.
It's kind of creeping.
Yeah, that was so
back
strange
in.
because I know she wasn't doing it on her computer,
Yeah,
and
I know,
the volume just slowly tapered off while she was talking to nothing.
Ah, I've never seen that before.
Tech gremlins.
Oh, it's good. We're gonna be great. It's 3 minutes. T-minus 3 minutes, everyone.
I'm gonna quit OBS. I've quit my camera software. I'm turning off the camera. I'm turning
Camera's
on
off.
the
You're not.
camera
Your camera's off anyway.
No, it's been on the whole time.
It shows nothing. It's
I
just
know.
a black screen.
I know. That's why I'm furious.
Oh, that's not intentional.
No, it's been on the whole time. It was on the whole time. You saw my camera.
There you are. Now you're there.
And
Hello.
nothing changed except I opened OBS, which
But
I'm going to
here
do
you
again
are.
because I want this
Oh,
to
but it's
work.
because you had OBS opening and it's stealing your camera away from Zoom. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, it's just
Like your camera
is it
can only be on one application at a time, and when you're opening OBS, that's taking over the camera feed. I'll bet that's what's doing it.
Yeah, I forget that Zoom does different things. It's Zoom that's fucking it up. Okay,
no, it's like you can't have. It's the camera itself. Like the camera, I've never been able to have a camera feed open in more than one application, no matter what the applications. It's like the camera will only be in one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know there's a reason for that. It's encoding stuff, tech stuff that I don't understand. I'm not a programmer. I'm not a dev. I don't know that stuff.
Now my camera software is like, I can't do it. It won't even open anymore. So, okay. I had my camera for a minute and it's not going to be again. Anyways.
Well, that's like, we're
okay.
starting in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
Lilith,
do you need anything else from me?
Well, I mean, we need Lilith back. Like, I still can't hear you, babe. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I have not. Everything's up where it was.
There's some volume. You're back down to the very, very low volume.
Now, yeah, it keeps dropping back down. I don't understand why.
It's like doing it automatically on like Zoom.
Yeah, like when I opened it up, it was back to the bottom.
I don't know what to tell you about that. Yeah, that's no good. No es bueno.
Okay. Amanda.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi.
not ready for you. Hold on.
Okay.
I have something, but I just realized I've only got it half done. So I need to do one more step, and then I can I duplicate this and just make this a little bit faster?
So, hi everybody. We are officially starting the show now, or we would be if everything was working correctly, but it's not. But hello, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome, Walk Faster on YouTube. Welcome, Dresden Media, Twitch. Or is it Twitch? Yeah, it's Twitch. Those are the two places we are. That's what I know. That's the best I can do with the tech talk. I'm not good at the tech. I'm just good at being a goofball.
And that's pretty much the main thing we need you to do. There's just
That's
other things we're doing as well.
How's it going there, Lilith?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now you sound great.
All right. Well,
Hey, let's
see
hope
what
for the
happens.
best, right?
Let's see what happens.
All right, you want to start the show?
I mean, the show. I mean, technically, like, you know,
Technically, the show's been on for 1
if
minute.
people can see us, no, the show's been going since we put it online. I mean, if
No,
people
it
can see
hasn't.
you,
That's not the show.
that is exactly how performance works. I know there are.
No
I
one
worked with
can see
performers who
you.
wish that wasn't true. But if people can see you on stage or on screen, you are performing.
That's not true. It's not true. That's not true because I was a live performer for, I don't know, 30 years. Like I did I played lots of shows. And let me tell you, this is the thing is when you're performing live on stage, the people that you're performing in front of cannot actually see or hear you until this scheduled show starts. That's how it works. And like it's just a blank nothing. It's like a weird mind fog trick that is happens. I don't know how it works. I don't know about the tech.
I think we're gonna need to put somebody on to research this and see if that's true, because I'm a little dubious about that.
So you've been to shows, you've been to like concerts and live performances, and you never ever see anyone until it's the scheduled time or later. Like usually later. It's rare for them to even come on time.
Okay.
I remember I saw Radiohead once and their opener was I think the Beta Band is back 100 years ago and I went and saw them and the Beta Band played and it was fine. They were a fine band and that happened and then 3 hours later Radiohead it's like this nonsensical 3-hour gap for no reason. It was so long and it was just okay, great, thanks guys. I love standing in the desert.
I'm just reading the YouTube chat and that Walk Faster is experiencing tech issues too. Their mouse just died randomly. Amanda, if you would like to, I have put another code into Discord. If you add another scene, it is your thank you for watching screen that you can put at the very end. Because you need one of those as well. Clearly, you don't need a starting soon screen because
let's go back to here. Let's do the show. We're in the show now. We'll get this sorted when we meet on Monday, Emily.
And y'all, I am not part of this show. I'm going to mute and turn off my camera.
I mean, Emily is not part of the show in the sense that every podcast producer is not part of the show, even though they're in the show. It's
very true.
That's how it
very
is.
True.
It's
There's a lot of that.
In the Howard Stern show, Robin is, I mean, just kind of there laughing at Howard Stern, but really she's part of the show. Emily's part of this.
Thank you, Walk Faster, for the pronouns.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm she, her. We're all she, hers on this show.
Yeah. I am going to switch and watch on my laptop, and I'm going to turn this off and do a couple things. I love you all, and I hope that everybody out there watching, both on Twitch and YouTube, both at the transfers, is having a good time and loves the show. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye. See you soon. Hey, Lilith, how you doing?
Hey, right
Yay!
on
Great to have you.
time.
I know, right
Yeah.
on time, 5 minutes late. That's okay.
Technically, the
We're
show started 20 minutes ago, but
That's
I'm not going to get.
hecka early for show business. Like, I when I was doing live performance and being a musician, I remember I was like adamant about being punctual. I'm still like ADHD, like OCD about being punctual. I hate being late for anything at all. And like being a musician, it was like I was understanding when other bands weren't, but I hated the idea of our band being late for anything. I was like, no, it's like we go on at 9, we're gonna hit our first note at 9. And like I was super vigilant about that. And it didn't matter. No one cared. It changed nothing at all. But mostly it was just a respect thing because like a lot of clubs, what they would do, yeah, I don't know if they still do this. I'm out of the game, but like it's like they would load the bill with more bands that could fit in the amount of time that there was for the show, and like and since all the bands were always late anyway, like the last band would either get cut or like get their show cut short, and like we didn't ever want to do that to anybody, so we're like, well, we're not going to go over time. We're not going to start late. We're not going to do any of that.
Yeah.
Great story, huh?
I mean, I'm thrilled.
You're compelled. You're
I'm
compelled and having a great old time.
I had a story as well, but we don't need to get into it.
No,
Like,
I want to hear your story.
one-
Let's hear
no
your
one is here.
story.
No, I always found like when I did theater, it was always like it was comedy theater, and we'd like 8 o'clock was start time, and then 8 o'clock we'd have a handful of people there, and they're like, well, let's wait until 8:10 for late stragglers. And then some late stragglers would come, but then the longer we did that, then it
People
wasn't
just
until
didn't come.
8:10 till people started showing up, and then late stragglers were showing up at 8:15 and 8:20, and I'm just like, just start the fucking show at 8.
That's what I'm saying.
Start the show.
I agree. Like, start it when it's time, and we would have if it weren't for our weird tech issues.
And it's Richmond. When I was living in Richmond, it was like it's just a bunch of dirty crust punks anyway. Like, start the show without them.
Don't
And they
say
learn.
that like that's less than.
They
Dirty crust punks
say
are
that
great.
I didn't that's the there was no adjectives I put in there. That is a self-description.
No,
dirty crust punks. That if you say, what are you? They'll be like, I'm a dirty crust punk. And I'm like,
no,
okay.
I'm not saying that. You were like just dirty crust punks. Like, it's like, oh,
I
don't
said-
need to cater to
I
them.
didn't
Like,
say that. I said they're a bunch of dirty crust. I didn't say they were just. They're not
I
less
heard
than.
just. I heard it's just dirty punch crunks.
Dirty crust
anyway.
punks are going to be late, so just let them be
Well,
late.
they're also not going to give a fuck.
Yeah, they're not going to care. Oh, I missed the opening thing where you told us where the bathroom was. However, will I catch up from here?
It's true. It's true. People love stuff like
It's
that.
an
It's great for
show.
shows.
They just show up. They just show up 50 minutes like, hey, what suggestions did y'all get? I'm not following any of this.
I don't get it. Like, does anyone know where the bathrooms are? Okay, I missed the part where someone told me where the emergency exits were. It's my favorite part of the show.
Bar?
Can anyone recap that for me, please? I, as a dirty crust punk, need to know where the emergency exits are for me to feel okay.
Themselves anyway. Plus, what could be more dirty crust punk than dying in a theater fire?
Dying in a theater.
That's what they're wanting.
I don't know, shotgunning PBRs out back.
Peeing myself and dying in a fire. It's a perfect night at the Improv.
Fucking A.
Hell
yeah. I didn't want to live any longer anyway.
Sure wish I knew what the suggestion was, but I was 20 minutes late. Yeah, who cares?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jason's like, says we can earn two peanut butter and onion sandwiches.
Okay,
That means they were there last week. She was there last week.
Here's a rule.
Okay.
We don't want to hear about old. If it was that bad, I don't want to bring it back up. Like, I've spent the week trying to forget peanut butter and onion sandwiches, and they were just about out of my brain.
She's been doing mental exercises.
Yeah, I've been doing mental exercises. I've been pairing peanut butter with chocolate in my brain, and peanut butter with jelly, and peanut butter even with celery, and just like filling my brain with those kind of images. Now peanut butter and onions.
Peanut butter goes with a lot of things, and I would say I would go so far as to say including onions, just for the simple sake of like pad thai. That's all I'm gonna say. Like any Asian food with peanuts in it, like peanut sauce, peanut butter, like all of them, like they're so good, and they all have onions in them, and it's great.
Anyway,
But the peanut butter and onion sandwich, which I'm still gonna try.
yeah, make one and eat it.
I've
here
got the
next week.
stuff here. I have it here. I
No,
could
don't
do it
make
and
it
tell you about it.
now.
I'm not gonna do it now. I'm leaving the show to make a peanut butter and onion sandwich. I'll be back in 45 minutes, as the recipe said it would take.
Speaking
45 minutes.
Speaking of onions, I need an onion for a recipe tonight, and I have one onion left, and like a part of it is just cut off. Was that you? Did you do that? What are you doing?
What do you mean? What do you mean
put
a
it-
part of it is just cut off?
Like they just cut off like the round part. They just went zoop, and then it's just sitting there.
What do you mean the round part? All of an onion's round.
Yeah, one of the round parts, like the one of the.
So yes, I used part of an onion. Like what?
Put it in a Ziploc bag or something. Just don't leave it out.
I did that. I didn't. No, I didn't leave it out and put it back in the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
No.
but still, yes.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't
took
me.
it out of the bowl myself.
I would never put it just back in the bowl without putting it in the fridge. That was never me. I'm not taking responsibility. Of course I would put it away.
Well, in my mind, you're guilty of onion crimes.
I am not guilty of onion crimes. I hate that.
2 onion crimes now. First last week's recipe, and now this week.
Oh, that's not me. That was for the sake of our wonderful show.
You're on an onion crime spree.
For all of you that don't know, we take this that we're doing right now and like we condense it, we edit it in, and we make it into actual watchable shows that we put on YouTube on the Transfers channel. So watch Culinary Delights, because that one's not up there yet, but it will be. There's other really good ones you should watch. But we're not going to do a Culinary Delights today.
That's why you have to tune in live.
It is, so you can
every week to get all the references.
Well, and you get this stuff that doesn't go anywhere. This isn't going to go anywhere.
We're telling everyone to put their hot sauce in the chat. They don't know what we're talking about yet.
Not yet. They don't know yet, but they will know once the episode airs. I know that episode aired this Tuesday. Yeah, this last Tuesday was the hot sauce episode.
Yeah.
So now you do know. Everyone in the chat certainly knows our new catchphrase, which is comment your hot sauce. Go ahead and comment your hot sauce. Go ahead and do that. Just comment your hot sauce. Like, we'd love that. We'd love to know about your hot sauce. We want to know.
Desperately.
I bought hot sauce. I bought hot sauce yesterday. I did a big shop. I got Louisiana hot sauce, which is what I like.
Did you get 2 weeks worth of tomatoes?
No, I got 8 tomatoes and I ate 5 of them yesterday.
But you prepped them all to last for 2 weeks.
I did prep them all. I prepped all my celery. I got all my celery. I had my celery juice this morning. I did. I spent like 3 hours prepping my produce yesterday.
Tomatoes. You don't have to prep tomatoes to last for 2 weeks because they're all going to be gone in 2 days.
It's not just for the way that they last. It's so they taste good.
Tomatoes taste good.
Not as they age. Like, tomatoes don't age like cheese and wine. Like, tomatoes get worse as they get older. Like, you get them fresh from the store and then you want to keep them fresh.
2 days.
2 days. Well, sometimes they don't all get eaten. It's like sometimes. And if they last longer than that, I don't want gross tomatoes.
Well, that's when they're more than 2 days, you take them to the theater and you throw them at acts you don't like.
That's true.
That is true.
That's a good point. Good point.
I got one in the back of the crisper with Scott Baio's name on
it. He's just saving it for that Scott Baio live show that you've got tickets to.
It's Scott Baio and Hulk Hogan.
No, you can't call him Hulk Hogan.
It's Terry Bollea. I'm sorry.
Terry. He's not allowed to use anything but his birth name. That's his policy. That's their policy.
Unless his parents.
Unless they get a note from his parents.
Him hold on.
Call him something other than his birth name. Yeah, you don't get to.
I should get my yarn out and start making things here. We all know Nazis use 88 as a code. Why?
I don't remember why.
8 is the 8th letter of the alphabet, which is H for Heil Hitler.
Oh,
but also now we're realizing for Hulk Hogan. It's his Nazi name. It's his Nazi
I see, for H.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was all along.
That's what it
Like-
was all along.
That's what it was all along. I don't think he's that smart. To be honest with you, I don't think he was thinking 40 years ahead, playing chess on that level.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm not thinking 40 seconds ahead.
He's not thinking at all. Be my
Dresden
money.
Media
My money's
asked,
on that.
if any one of us have seen the 1982 film Zapped, which is described as basically weird science for Republicans. And I would say that with the movement of time, weird science is currently for Republicans. That's how they see women and how things exist.
That's
It's one of those.
true.
It's one of those things. It's one of those movies that is not ever fresh. You know, like
Yeah,
in
like it
50
did not
years-
age
in
well
50
at all.
years,
That's
I'll be watching
really
The Big
fucking
Lebowski.
terrible.
I'll be watching Super Troopers in 50 years and getting a bunch of laughs out of it. But Weird Science got real cringy about 5 years after it was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when the last time I saw it was, but like I know, like it's unwatchable at this point. But like, I mean, so many old things. Oh, by the way, answer Dresden. Yes, I never saw Zapped, but when I was a kid in that era of the 80s, I saw it in the video store. It was one of the videos that was in the video store. My neighborhood video store was always there, and it is Scott Baio, and he is in it, and like and I remember because it was like zapped and the Z was like a lightning bolt and it was like him looking all cool like this, or something like that. I don't remember. I have a vague recollection of the zapped VHS tape video store was available. But I never watched it. Never watched that one.
Wait, has anyone seen UHF with Weird Al?
Oh yeah, I love UHF. Now that's a movie that did hold up. That is great to this day. Is fantastic and maybe even got better with time.
Yeah,
like that movie is so good. Like yeah.
Someone else mentioned that.
And despite Michael Richards, who at that time was not yet openly racist, but like I don't think.
Well, that wasn't a time to be openly racist.
We didn't know. Yeah, we
had to
didn't
be
know
closedly
back
racist
then.
back then, which is sometimes that's.
Who knows? Maybe he wasn't racist back then. Maybe he only got racist later on. Yeah, like that happens.
Right, yeah,
happens sometimes.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Me
well,
or
a couple
the general
things.
Universe?
Well, you in the general universe and the crowd.
Well, I'm going to be the one to answer
chats.
So,
yeah. Well, immediately, and then the chat might catch up. I don't know how it works. Like, what I'm saying is a couple things. I'm going to ask you the question. So, like, what is amuse-bouche? That phrase has come up in the zeitgeist with me a lot lately. I've been hearing it on podcasts and what is it? I've heard. I think it has something to do with food.
I can answer. You asked the question, then you kept talking. I'm like, I've got it. I know the answer.
Well,
all right. So in amuse-bouche, I believe the direct translation is like a little taste. And basically, if you go to a fancy enough restaurant, when you sit down, the waiter or waitress will bring you like maybe a serving spoon with like a little thing on it, and it's just like a little taste that the chef has created for everyone that night, and it's no charge. It's just like a nice. I've been to one restaurant where I got one. It was really nice. So,
okay, it's just like it's like a pre-hors d'oeuvre appetizer. That's
appetizers.
It's a taste.
It's just a taste, yeah.
Because what language is that then? Is it also French?
Probably
like hors d'oeuvres?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's so that makes sense then. Like, because but I didn't know if that was like a new thing that
that's been around.
The hipsters were replacing the phrase hors d'oeuvres with amuse-bouche.
And they're doing it wrong if they are, because
that's I don't think that's I'm not sure. I just kept hearing the phrase a lot and I didn't know what it was. It's a goofy sounding phrase. It's goofy sounding.
It's not.
I would say amuse-bouche sounds dumb. Like
I would say it's a good
I don't
thing,
feel cool saying it.
If you that's because you're not a chef. But if you have a chef who you're trying to insult, calling them an amuse-douche might be a good little thing to jab.
Oh, Lilith on fire. We got a hot sauce comment. Breaking
yeah?
news! Breaking news! We got a hot sauce comment from AM Trans Femme Hot Sauce, combining the sweetness of bell peppers with the heat of habaneros, complex and powerful.
I like that.
We love that.
Yeah.
We love that. Yeah, A plus.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for the classics. Crystal Louisiana hot sauce.
Yeah, Crystal's great. I just get Louisiana brand hot sauce. It's just
Louisiana brand Louisiana hot sauce.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. It's great. I mean, I use different hot sauces for different things. So I'm gonna propose a thing here. I'm gonna see if I'm alone on this. I don't think I am.
Wait. You've jumped. You said you had a couple questions for me.
No, the one question.
It was just the one question. Okay.
It was just that's the only question I had, and that got answered. So now we're talking about hot sauce, as is our MO. Sure. It's our whole thing now.
Just trying to keep
our whole thing is talking about hot sauce. So I don't personally like cross-pollinating cultures when it comes to hot sauce. And so what I mean by that is, like, if I'm making like Mexican style food, like tacos, burritos, churros, whatever, like anything that you would make, I don't like using like
churros.
Not churros. Churros is a bad example, but like if tamales, whatever, any other.
Nothing like a cinnamon churro loaded with
cinnamon churro with hot sauce with like ghost pepper sauce. Hell yeah. Good morning for breakfast. But like, I like only using like a Mexican hot sauces when I use Mexican food, as I wouldn't put like sriracha in like on like a burrito, like or I wouldn't do that. Like, and likewise when I'm cooking Asian food, like I don't like using Mexican hot sauces on my Asian food. I like using Asian hot sauces. Like, how do you feel? Where do you land on that?
I mean, the sauce, it's just pepper juice. Like, it's not.
Well, they taste different. They're prepared. They have different flavor palettes, and they change the way.
I mean, this might be because you don't know what amuse-bouche is. You might not know this either. It's called.
No, hang on. Give me a second. I need to brace for insults. So let me just get comfy here as you just rip me to shreds.
It's just called fusion. All right, and you
mix
things from different cultures. So maybe you make like
as an American who's only ever lived in the United States, the land of fusion food, I have no idea what that is.
Maybe you cut up some wonton wrappers in triangles, you fry them, you make little nacho style chips, you cover it with bulgogi, and then you serve it with salsa. And that sounds really good.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's called fusion, and
I
just invented it.
Yeah, she just invented it. But here's the thing, like Miss Sarcasm, here's the deal, is like, I understand that fusion is a thing, of course, and of course we are in the land of fusion. However, like, it's not fusion if you do everything in one style and then the only thing you change is the hot sauce. That's not fusion. That's just using a wrong ingredient.
First of all, I live in defiance of the world and universe.
You do. You live in defiance of God.
I will do whatever the hell I want. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to your individual tastes. And if you want to put, chili crisp on your now, you know what? Now a burrito taco with some chili crisps on it. That sounds really good. That sounds really, really good.
I mean, that chili crisp hot sauce that you had,
the chili oil,
I didn't love it. It was like it had a seafoody thing going on. Is there fish sauce in that?
There's no fish sauce in
Yeah, I didn't love it. It was just like, it was okay, but like jump at me. I didn't love it. Not the diss you. I didn't hate it.
I don't take it personally. I
don't know. I'm hypersensitive.
Fans, I'm like mad about it. I'm like, yeah, cool.
I didn't like that specific hot sauce. It wasn't my favorite, Lilith. And you're like, I'm never talking to you again. We can't do the show anymore.
It's over. It's over. I can't.
Well, for those of you that don't know, I stayed with Lilith in Detroit for the last 4 weeks. I just got back. Yesterday was my first day back in California. Fully, I was back the night before, and I'll say this about it. I had a great time in Detroit. It was my first time ever being in Detroit. Detroit's a wonderful city. I don't know what y'all heard about it. I know what I thought I'd heard about it, and like it it wasn't that, because I'd heard a lot of like kind of bad stuff. But like it wasn't a bad place at all. It was a great place. However, I am so fucking glad to be back in California because the weather here is so good. It was so hot in Detroit. It was so fucking hot.
You
I
know
have
what?
an
Since yesterday morning, it's been perfect here. I think
oh, see,
yeah, yeah.
I
It's been
mean, but like
amazing.
I got off the plane and like the plane I flew into a smaller airport like Burbank. Hey, by the way, if you're ever flying into Los Angeles, be cool, be smart, because this is the thing. Everyone thinks they have to fly into LAX. Los Angeles has another airport called the Burbank Airport, and it's way better. It's way closer to everything you want to go, and it's super small, and it's so much better. LAX is giant, and it's trafficy, and it's in the middle of this worst spot of LA, and like it's so far from everything, and it's terrible, and it's a horrible nightmare. Like the traffic is just unbelievable, and then but you go into Burbank, it doesn't cost really that much more money, but you're just going to save yourself hours of headache and hassle. And so go to Burbank. But I flew into Burbank and the plane was small. And so they actually let us out into a ramp on the tarmac. And I walked out of the plane after spending 4 weeks in Detroit where it was 85 plus degrees night and day relentlessly with humidity. Like getting off the plane to the cool California summer air. It just felt so good. I was like, oh my God, I love it so much. And I do. I love California so much. I'm so glad to be back inside you.
Detroit, like me, doesn't care what anyone thinks about it and lives openly in defiance of the universe's laws and judgment. So who cares? It's a match. It's a match made in Detroit with me here. Yeah, I love it.
I love Detroit. I had a great time. We went to that cool bookstore and we did all that.
Went
We
to the
had
King
there
bookstore. It's like a
that
5-story bookstore. Yeah,
Italian bakery was the best
sure,
thing
sure.
ever. There's this Lila took me to this awesome Italian bakery, and it was incredible. It was so good, and it was cheap. It was cheap.
I mean, I think one of the things I love about some bigger Midwestern cities is that they still have. I mean, obviously, you go to New York, there's stuff that's like, but you get some of these cities, and like that place we went has been like operating. It's a baker. It's been operating for 125 years. And some cities you move to, like when I lived in the South, and it was just like everything's been plowed under. Everything's new. There's no like tradition or history. And you come Detroit, there's like 4 Polish restaurants in Detroit. Like,
Yeah,
how many
I
places
mean, it
do you
makes
live where it's
sense.
like, yeah, like,
Well,
or
yeah,
like,
California's got a lot of good restaurants,
yeah,
but
oh no,
they're
California's
really
great.
spendy, and they're like the vast majority of restaurants are like it's everything's real corpo and chain like. There's a lot of there's no like mom and pop places in Southern California, and I don't
Mom,
like that about it. It's like every time you go to a restaurant, it's like super like hyper like corpo. You know what I mean? Like where it's like it's just it's clean in all the wrong ways. Like it's clinically
like,
clean and like for appearance's sake, and like they all wear uniforms, and like it's all
you
the
gotta go.
menus are, yeah.
You gotta go to the mom and pop's Applebee's when you're in
The
California.
mom and pop's apple,
Yeah, mom and
the
pops.
neighborhood. It
The,
is
the
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 neighborhood
dad the
restaurant.
dad is in the old man's in the back cooking. The
Old
lady's
man
up front.
Appleby.
Yeah, she's just up front. She doesn't even do anything. She just talks to people while you're waiting for your table. You know, it's
Good
great.
stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I love it. There was more hot sauce talk, and I just wanted to bring it in because I do want to respect if we're going to tell people to comment their hot sauces, I want to give them the creds. So a sweet walk faster says a sweet salsa adds a delicious twist to a veggie quesadilla, and then AM says yes, topped with roasted and blended with tomatillos, dash of lime juice and
Nice.
ghost pepper surprise. That sounds
Nice.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey AM, where are you from? Let us know where you live, because that sounds like California talk to me.
What do you mean? I roast my own salsa too. I just go to the farmer's market, I get tomatoes, onions, and peppers. I roast it in the oven, I blend it up in the Ninja, and I got salsa. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it is
Eat
great.
it on eggs for a week. Oh, nom nom.
Well, and that's the other thing. As I got back and I went grocery shopping, and I love Detroit, but I'm
Here we
sorry,
go.
the California produce is just so
We
much
have better
fucking better.
groceries
We
here.
do. Our produce
The
is
groceries are so
a million
good.
miles better. And
Oh.
there's this a Mexican grocery store here called Vallarta, and I got to go there. It just
There's a Mexican grocery store
fucking
here too.
yeah, but this one is fucking. I didn't go to that one.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
go to
I'm
that
not
one,
gonna
so
say.
check yourself.
Maybe it's great. But I'm sorry. There's just like this is where the stuff grows. It grows like there's farms. Like I can walk
I
to a
know what
farm.
California is.
Like
I
yeah, well, I'd say that's the difference. Is like the
Okay.
farm's here. It doesn't have to travel across the country on a truck. Like that's why the produce is better. They give us the good
So-
stuff first, and it walks right over there. Like it's different. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just it's.
Yeah, who cares?
I care because I love it. I'm not trying to diss on Detroit. I'm just
Detroit doesn't care what you
expressing
think.
how much I love the produce at Vallarta, this wonderful Mexican grocery store that I got, and it's so good. Should we do our show?
No, let's keep talking about produce.
Everyone loves when we talk about fruits and vegetables. That's why we do it. What do you want to do first, Lilith?
As always, whatever you got is what we'll do first.
Well, I've got, yeah, okay. So I've got a show. So we have been, if you watch our shows on YouTube, we've got 3 of them. We've got Transition Tuesday, which we do every week. And that's going to be, we're going to do a question from Transition Tuesday. Also, by the way, if any of you in the chat have any like transgender experience questions about or relating to it, if you want to throw them up, we'd happily answer them. We're going to do that later, but first we do on every Thursday we alternate between 2 shows. One of the shows is Culinary Delights, which you're familiar with. I know Drez is familiar with it because they're referencing last week's like onion and peanut butter sandwich. But where we talk about recipes, we review recipes, and then we do another show called Who's That Turkey, where it's a game show where up to this point, we've been talking about like all the worst people in the world and the terrible things that they do, and I name their misdeeds. And Lilith's job is to identify the turkey based on their heinous acts. And we just been both getting a little tired of it. Like Lilith has, especially. It's taxing because like the political climate's so fucking ugly right now, and all you hear is this horrible stuff. So we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna do a version of it, and we're gonna change it from Who's That Turkey to Who's That Hero. It's gonna be the same format. It's going to be the same. It's going to work in the same way. It's just instead of terrible people, we're going to showcase good people that do good things in the world. How do you feel about that, Lilith?
That sounds much better. And if I get all of them right, I'm going to go buy myself a hero sandwich.
I love that. Isn't that a great thing?
I'm going to go to Bomberitos and get a big old Italian sub sandwich hero, and I'm going to eat it next week while we record the show.
Walk Faster says she's hiding in a rural area down deep south because I did ask her. And AM's in downtown Los Angeles. Yeah.
All
so
right.
you know, AM, you know
Are
that
we back to groceries
not to fly
again?
into. No, we're back to airports.
Okay.
AM knows not to fly into LAX. And well, they live downtown, so they might fly into LAX because that's where LAX is. But like, I'm in Ventura County, so Burbank all the way. Anyway. Should we start the show? Because we didn't officially start it.
Yeah, I mean, the show started
in
45 minutes ago. When we turned on the screen.
3. Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Who's That Hero? The show where we showcase all the finest heroes of the times, the best people that did the best things. And I'm going to say the deeds of the heroes, and Lilith is going to guess at the heroes, and you in the chat and participating are going to guess at the heroes and see how many hero points you can get. And I haven't decided what the prizes are for hero points. We'll have to figure it out. Let's talk about what you think some of the prizes should be. So like 1 point is the kind of the consolation prize for the Who's That Turkey. That would get you a turkey a frozen turkey from Whole Foods. But like, what should 1 hero point get you? What do you think?
I mean, first of all, I thought the frozen turkey was like So the baseline, I don't know. Maybe is, is, uh oh you know what? Why don't we build the sandwich? So if I get one, I just get like the sandwich bread. And I'm responsible for the rest
Okay,
of it.
we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
go that route.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a little
yeah.
different than what I was
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah,
but we
yeah,
could build a hero sandwich. So one's going to get you the bread. 1 point
Yeah.
gets you the bread. What does
Yeah.
4 points get you?
That gets me
Like
the
it's
bread.
well, the
But
one gets you the bread. Not now,
no,
not.
no.
We're changing
Just
that.
stop. Let me finish talking, and then you can hear the whole idea.
True to form.
If I get 4, I get the bread with the mayo and the vinegar and the oil and
Yeah, the
some lettuce
condiments.
and tomatoes on it.
Okay, condiments and
Yeah.
lettuce.
And then if I go all out, I get the full enchilada, but instead of enchilada, it's a sandwich.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
4 points is going to get you the condiments and the
Yeah.
accoutrement,
Yeah.
and the but you need to get all 9 points
Yeah, sure.
for the full sandwich. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that quite a lot. Okay. This is the first time and I kind of threw this together this morning. So like
Sure.
I didn't have it. I had a theme and then I kind of abandoned it because
That's okay.
I had to get them out. So like let's just begin, shall we? Let me punch this up so you're not going to see it. And so I got it. So
Okay.
hero number 1.
Yeah.
Clue number 1 for
Got it.
3 hero points.
Mm-hmm.
This hero spent their life secretly donating unsolicited large sums of money to struggling and upstart organizations focusing on youth education and green energy, including the funding of struggling schools in Harlem and installing solar panels on homes in Oakland, as well as anonymously paying the medical bills of people they never met.
I mean, obviously, like the first thing jumps to your mind is like Donald Trump Jr. Like that's
He
like
sure does.
this sure does sound
That's what.
that sure
Ding,
does
ding, 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 ding.
that
Show's over.
sure sounds like
Yeah,
him.
they're all Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah, but yeah, it can't be it can't be him. You said spent their life. Does that mean this person's dead?
What can I say?
I mean,
I'll read you the clue again, but I will not say one way or another.
All right.
It does not necessarily mean that.
Okay. Is it Warren Buffett?
It is not Warren Buffett.
Is it Jimmy Buffett?
You don't get to guess 2 times.
I should do Jeopardy and just say Buffett, and then if it's Warren or Jimmy,
yeah, I mean, you could have done that, and then it would have been like, well, you got to be more specific than. Yeah. And then, but it is not Warren Buffett. I'm not going to rule out Jimmy Buffett.
Sure. That wasn't an official guess.
Mr. James Buffett actually was a terrific human being. Cool. Rest in peace, Jimmy. Yeah, he was great. He was a super good guy. All right, you didn't get that clue, so we're going to move on to clue number 2. Hero. I'm sorry.
My real worry is
not turkey. What's your real worry?
I'm gonna biff out on all the heroes, and it's gonna turn out like I just know everything about all the people in the world who are horrible, and that's why I was good at that. I know.
I don't want that at all. Like,
I don't want that at all.
I know you're going to get at least a couple points here because I kind of made sure of it. Okay. Like they're like you're going to get the last hero. I know this. I know this.
The last one's
might be.
It might be.
Wouldn't that be hilarious and awesome? Okay. Hero number 1, clue number 2.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm going to check the chat, see if anyone took a guess. Oh, that Emily says she knows
buffet.
What? No, it's Wonk Fester says sounds like the work of a billionaire and guesses Madonna. I'm going to go ahead and say no, it is not Madonna. It is not Madonna.
Oh, it's not. It's Hometown Buffett.
It's not Hometown Buffett either. That is good. That
is a level.
Chef's kiss.
And then Emily just said you got to pronounce it like, no, I get it. That's good.
Okay.
That's good. That's
not Madonna.
Yeah.
Not Warren Buffett.
Hmm.
Possibly Jimmy Buffett.
Not hometown Buffett.
Not hometown Buffett. Hero number 1, clue
Yeah.
number 2 for 2 hero points.
3 hero points.
No, the first one. Clue number 1's for 3.
Really?
Clue number 2
Oh
is 2.
man, I don't know how to
Clue number
score
3
this.
is
I'm
1.
totally
Okay, let's talk about scoring because we haven't done this, I don't think, on the
It's
transfer.
3,
So
2,
the way
1.
there's it's 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
It's 3, 2, 1. That's how many points you get. Total of 9 points.
Yeah.
Turkey number not turkey.
Hero.
See,
1.
Hero
Yeah.
number 1, clue number 2 for 2 hero points.
Yeah.
When Lauryn Hill was arrested for tax evasion in 2012, this hero dropped everything they were doing to make sure that her 6 children were looked after and taken care of.
So Wyclef Jean?
It is not.
Okay.
It is not. That's a super good guess, though. Super good guess.
Is it Jean-Luc Picard? Is
You
it
don't get to
Wyclef?
get these. You don't get. Why are you doing this to
Jean-Luc
me?
Picard?
Why are you making me have to be a cop?
Well, this is called a bit. Like now, I'm just having a second guess based off the name of the first person.
Emily's like Emily's on the edge. Emily's edging it over there.
She says it's not Maya Angelou. But now I hope you're not trying to.
I'm not.
Right.
If that's your guess, then you gotta say you can't say who it's on. I'm not gonna tell you if it is or if it isn't. Like you make an official guess.
Like if it was Maya Angelou, and then the
Talk
chat,
faster. You got a clue. If you got a clue, let me know. Otherwise, we're moving on to clue number 3. But we can stretch this out. We can do that. We'll give you. Okay, we're gonna move on. It is not. I'm sorry. It is not Wyclef Jean. It is not Jean-Luc Picard.
Or Wyclef Jean-Luc Picard.
Or Wyclef Jean-Luc Picard.
Wyclef Jean-Luc Picardian soda.
So good. So good.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me just take a second here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Okay. I used to work in food service, and anyone that's worked in food service or retail or any sort of job where you deal with the public directly, where you're the first, there's always industry jokes that the same people tell all the time, and you hear over and over, and you have to kind of pretend to chuckle at them. And in the service industry, there is one joke that all the middle class, older, goofy white men make, which is, you say to them, is there anything else I can get you today? And their response is, $1 million. You know that one. We've all heard that one.
Oh my!
I came up throughout the course of my my quarter century career as a server and bartender. I came up with what I think is the best response. I always got a chuckle from everyone else at the table. And so anytime can we role play this? Will you role play this with me, Lilith? And I'll be the server, and you can be the
I gotta get
white
the character.
Man. Yeah, I know. I'm going to give you a second.
Make America great. Make America great. Make America great. Okay, I'm ready.
There you go. Okay, so
if you vote for Trump, you won't have to pay on that tip. You won't have to pay taxes on your tip. I tipped you 0, but you won't have to pay taxes on that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm not ending very well. That I don't know how I would respond to that. I'd be like, thank you, sir. Excellent choice, sir. Hey, will there be anything else I can get you today?
Yeah, $1 million. Everybody has $1 million.
Good, sir. You just give him the old butler treatment.
I don't know. That was a bit underwhelming.
Was it underwhelming for that long build-up?
That was a lot of build-up.
Yeah, I'm just giving that out to, I know like the people watching could there's a strong chance y'all are in the service industry. You feel free to use that one. Just throw that in your back pocket. Let's move on to hero number 1, clue number 3, for 1 hero point.
Okay.
They wrote numerous songs and gave them away to other artists that raved them. I'm going to say that again because that was a mouth jumbly.
Sure.
They wrote numerous songs and gave them away to other artists that they respected, including Nasty Girl by Vanity 6, How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore by Alicia Keys, and Manic Monday by the Bangles, all of which were top 40 hits.
Is that Neil Diamond?
That is such a good guess, and it is not. It is not, and it is not Rohan Marley either. That Walk Faster guess. This is Prince.
Is it Wilford Brimley?
It's Prince. I just told you. It's Prince.
Okay. Well, there was another guess in Wilford Brimley, and I was
Wilford Brimley is not. Wilford Brimley did not write Manic Monday. No, Prince did that. Prince was incredible because like Prince didn't tell anybody, and so he would just like randomly donate like giant sums of money, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, to like, he would hear about a thing, a place like wherever that needed money, and if he liked the cause, he would just like anonymously donate this money, and these organizations and sometimes just individuals would just get this gigantic sum of money, and like they didn't know what to do with it, because a lot of people, like, especially if it had anything to do with any sort of like official 501c3 charity, had like couldn't just accept it, because it's like, wait a minute, is this some weird trap? Like, are there strings according to this? Like, and so they had to be, but they would get these giant chunks, and their whole life, like, they never admitted to it, and all the media credit it to them being a Jehovah's Witness, but like, I think that definitely influenced it, but like, it definitely wasn't just that. Like, that was just who they were. They just were like, yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody. Like, they didn't write, they wrote off, some of it on their taxes, but they stopped writing it off. And, like 5 years before they died, they stopped writing off anything, and they just like paid all the taxes on it. And it's like, yeah.
Do you think that if you were in a restaurant
Huh.
and the waitress came up to you and said, anything else I can get for you? And you went, yeah, $1 million, and Prince was at the next table, then he'd give the waitress $1 million just as
I would love it if he
just-
gave it to the waitress
like,
and
yeah,
not the
to the
person
waitress.
that
Yeah,
said
no,
that.
fucking
Like,
the
yeah,
person
that'd be
who said
great.
that.
I would love that. I don't know, but like, I mean, the thing with like Oakland, like and the solar panels, like, it's crazy. He would just like put solar panels on people's houses, and like he would just be like, and they had no idea it was from him. They were just like,
wait.
someone.
The way you
I mean,
said
he
that
would.
made it sound like he did it personally. Like a helicopter
No,
would
it's
come
like
by
they would.
and Prince would lower down and like
He
jump
would
off and
send
he'd
an emissary. He would send like a person to their house and be like, hey, look, we heard you needed solar panels. There's an anonymous benefactor that would like to outfit your house with solar panels. Do you accept? And they would be like, yeah.
I love using the word emissary for that, because I imagine that the person came dressed like an emissary from Prince. So he's got like a regal purple like general's coat.
That'd be delightful.
Like, yeah. Oh, wow. An emissary.
Prince was a wonderful
Sure.
human being. That
I
just
feel
did
actually
so
see.
much
Here's the
good.
downside to this. Now I feel
all the
bad.
time.
I feel bad for not knowing it, but I'm glad that everyone gets to learn this about Prince now.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of it. I think I think the world at large generally agrees that Prince was just phenomenal, just in all ways a human being can be. But like, it's nice to hear the specifics, I think. All right. You didn't get any turkey points. I mean, I'm sorry, hero points. So you ain't got no bread for that. You ain't got no sandwich. You ain't got no sandwich bit. You ain't going to get a whole sandwich. The best you're going to do is some bread.
I can get the base.
And some mayo and some tomatoes. So, like, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. So we're moving on to hero number 2, clue number 1.
Yeah.
For 3 hero points.
Yeah.
This hero has written 15 children's books that promote child literacy and self-esteem, as well as advocacy for LGBT plus pride and interracial harmony.
Is that Shel Silverstein?
It is not. It is not Shel Silverstein.
Did I get the name right?
Shel Silverstein? Yeah.
I felt like
a famous
I
children's
felt
book
like
author.
I blanked
Yes.
there for a second. I just want to make sure, like, all right, yeah.
I'm going to give you a little clue here. I'm going to add to this. So I kind of did that first clue as like to throw you off.
Yeah.
And this is not, being an author is not this person's pride. You know this person, they're a celebrity,
Okay.
but like this is not their primary thing. They're not really widely known for being an author.
Is it
It's
Charlie
not
Kirk?
what they're famous for. You don't get to guess a second guess. Like, I'm not going to say it is or it isn't Charlie Kirk. I'm going to let that be a mystery because maybe it is. Maybe Charlie Kirk wrote 15 children's books for advocating for LGBTQ plus
What
rights.
about Dan Bartolotto?
Dan Bartolotto? Oh, see, I want to address some stuff in the chat because I was going to bring this up too. And so, yeah, Prince and so Emily says, "Oh my God, I've never heard Prince identified with they them pronouns before. That makes so much sense. I don't know where she got that from. I have always referred to Prince as they them, and one of the reasons for that is there wasn't really language for that. But I'm almost certain Prince was non-binary. Like I'm convinced that Prince was not. I mean, they had a song where the lyrics were, I'm not a woman. I'm not a man. I am something you can never understand. Like, I mean, I don't know what's like a declaration of non-binariness that's more than that. And that was in 1984 off the Purple Rain soundtrack. And so, like, that's well before the non-binary thing was even a thing or anyone anywhere remotely outside of the community was even aware of the concept. And so I give them credit for that. Everyone always calls Prince he, and I think they went by he their whole life pretty much. But like it feels disrespectful for me to refer to them with he him pronouns. It just doesn't feel right to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm the one being disrespectful. What do y'all? Maybe I'm the one because it was the pronouns that they chose. You know, he chose. I don't know. I don't know. How do y'all feel about it? Let me know in the chat. Am I being the one? Am I the one that's being disrespectful by being assumptive?
Yeah, I think you're being assumptive. Like, I don't
Yeah,
disagree with
it
what
is
you're
assumptive.
saying, but I also think it's like, yeah, the person's not here to give us the right answer.
Oh, by the way, Walk Faster asked for me to repeat the clue. So this is for Jamie. Oh shit. You didn't hear that. This is for hero number 2. And it's clue number 1. It is, this hero has written 15 children's books that promote child literacy and self-esteem, as well as advocacy for LGBT plus pride and interracial harmony. I fucked it up. You're going to get it now. You know, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's my bad. I did that.
I'm sorry.
Well, you know, no, you don't need to be sorry. I'm the one that did it.
Let's continue.
It's okay to laugh. I did a goof.
I'll tell you why I'm so fun. What's so funny when we wrap this one up.
Okay, I can't wait. Okay, well, we are going to move on.
It's going to be right up there with your
and
your
of course
$1 million.
Emily got it. Don't look at the chat, please.
Oh,
the transverse got it. Yes, it's correct, but we're going to see if Lilith can, because I fucked that up. Sorry, everyone. I kind of blew it. Anyway, well, maybe you'll get, you know, you'll increase your sandwich.
Yeah.
Hero number 2, clue number 2 for 2 hero points.
Yeah.
A board member of the Starlight Children's Foundation, this hero has contributed millions of dollars and thousands of hours to charitable organizations ranging from charity hospitals, LGBT plus advocacy, and environmental sustainability.
Jamie
Lannister.
Actually, I was thinking the worst would be Jamie Kennedy, but I know it can't be. It can't be. It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
It is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not Jamie Kennedy.
Jeez. It's not Jamie Kennedy. It's not Jamie Lannister. Would you have gotten Jamie Lee Curtis if I hadn't fucking spilled the beans?
No, I wouldn't have.
No.
No.
Well, I'm gonna read the third clue then.
Awful people are so awful that their awfulness sticks in your brain. A lot of this stuff, like, it's not like, when Dan Bartolomeo goes out and is awful, like, he goes out and he's awful in public. That's his brand.
Yeah, that's his whole jam.
Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't come out every time she donates money, or Prince didn't. Prince went out of his way.
Well,
to
Prince
hide
was
that.
especially secretive about it. Jamie Lee Curtis isn't secretive about it. Like, everyone
also,
knows
it's not
that
like
she's a philanthropist, but like,
she doesn't have a podcast every week where she talks about how awesome she is.
No, she does not.
Charlie Kirk
she might.
goes
I don't
out.
know.
Charlie goes out and acts like a fool every week, and so it's
he does act the fool, doesn't he? Quite the racist fool.
Tiny
okay, I am gonna
little fool.
I am gonna read the third clue to see if you maybe and be honest and tell me if you maybe would have got it with this clue. But also just because I want people to know this information, because I just found out today.
This isn't going to be about Halloween.
It's not going to be about Halloween, but it is about a movie that she's in. So, Jamie Lee Curtis, clue number 3. This prominent actress, who is slated to play Tannis alongside Cate Blanchett in the upcoming live-action adaptation of the video game Borderlands, and has been an outspoken advocate for transgender rights long before it became in vogue in 2015, and years before she learned that her daughter Ruby was trans.
I would have gotten it then, yeah.
You would have gotten it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's awesome that she's going to play Tannis in Borderlands. That movie looks like, I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't, but the adaptation of fucking Fallout was so fucking good. And because most movies to video game, like Mortal Kombat, it was fun. It's like, you can look back on it now and it's kind of funny. And the Street Fighter thing was,
whoa.
But it wasn't
everyone has to watch the Street Fighter movie. It's
starring Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
All right, it's his last movie.
Yeah,
he knew he was dying of cancer, and so he asked his kids. He's like, I want to star in one more blockbuster, whatever you want. The kids picked Street Fighter, and I just found out he got nominated for SAG Best Supporting Actress. It is mind blowing. It's amazing. Yeah.
He portrayed M. Bison.
Yes.
He was amazing. He was amazing. He was
M. Bison.
He was M. Bison.
He was indistinguishable from the video game character. It was so great. The one downside for the Borderlands thing is, there's is it Roland, the big Marine dude who is played by Kevin Hart.
I don't know who Kevin Hart is.
You don't know who Kevin Hart is? He's in everything. He was in the last Jumanji. He's if you haven't seen it, he's like a super short comedian, and Roland is I always picture Roland's I
always picture he's a big giant, huge burly black dude. Yeah, it's
yeah. But no, it's like this.
Is he a shitty guy or?
Everyone's shitty except for the people who are on the hero.
Oh, no, that's not true. There's a lot of good people. As we're showcasing today on Who's That Hero. Yeah. So we got Cate Blanchett as Lilith. Come on. I'll watch anything with Cate Blanchett in it. And the fact that she and now that Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna be Tannis, it's that's fucking beautiful. It's so good. I can't wait to see this movie. I bet it's gonna be awesome. Okay, let's move on to hero number 3. Are you prepared?
I'm prepared. I need to get at least 1 point to get
you got 2 points. Yeah, you got 2 points, so you got some bread. You got the bread. You need 2 more points.
Yeah.
To get the tomatoes and the condiments. Right. So here we go. Hero number 3. I know I'm in turkey mode. Shame on me. I'm thinking about turkey sandwich, and I'm wrong. I'm wrong to do that. It's a hero sandwich, and this is hero number 3. Clue number 1 for 3 turkey points. For 3 hero points. Oh no! I've got it all wrong. For 3 hero points. This hero has been an outspoken and prominent advocate for civil rights since the 1960s, was a protest organizer with the Congress of Racial Equality and the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and led the first known sit-in at the University of Chicago protesting segregated housing.
It's really disappointing how awful people are exposed to, and like good people you're not exposed to it. I'm gonna just go on a limb here and guess, is it John Lewis?
It is not John Lewis, and Dresden and in Twitch guess John Lewis also. That's so very good guess. It is not John Lewis.
Okay.
That is not that John Lewis was a great
Is it Carl Lewis?
It's not Carl Lewis.
Okay. Is it Lewis Black?
It's also not Lewis Black. Okay. It's also not Louis C.K.
Is it Carl Weathers?
Okay, we're getting ridiculous now.
Okay.
We're gonna move on. And Dresden actually also guessed Carl Weathers.
No, I was reading that.
Oh, you're stealing jokes from the chat now, is what you're
doing.
Think
everyone is here and they see what's going on in the chat and they know I'm reading off the chat. So
we've been reduced to this.
All right.
Okay.
Second clue.
This is hero number 3, clue number 2 for 2 hero points, which you would need. You need to get this to get get your tomatoes and your spreads. So here we go. This sitting senator is known as the Amendment King, having passed more roll call amendments for progressive legislation in his 16-year tenure as a member of the House of Representatives than anyone else in history, despite an extremely partisan Republican-controlled House for 12 of those years.
Is it Cory Booker?
It's not Cory Booker.
Okay. I don't even know if he's
It's not Cory Booker.
I'm not even sure if he's a hero. That's the other thing. Like,
no, Cory Booker. I don't know if I would qualify Cory Booker as a hero.
I'm gonna guess people, and then it's gonna come out later on that they're actually garbage.
And
there's a guess of Bernie Sanders. I don't think
it was a guess of Bernie Sanders, and I'm gonna give it to you. It is in fact Bernie Sanders. Dresden Media got it. I got it. You're playing against the chat now. You're pro. These are the pros. No. And Dresden Media. So Dresden Media. Dresden Media tied you today. Yeah. So both of you have 2 hero points. So both of you got some bread. Congratulations, Dresden Media, for a little bread. And Lilith, you'll be getting your bread in the mail. I'm just kidding. There's no actual prizes. I feel like I need to say that for legal reasons.
Every time I brought that up, you would say no, no, enough.
You're right. You're right. I know.
When you were trying to sell NFTs and tell people they were going to go guarantee.
I'm still going to do that. By the way, if anyone out there knows how to mint NFTs, I already own the domain for legitnft.horse. So I want to do a whole thing. And if we can figure out how to mint the NFTs that I want to mint, then we can do a whole new show that I want to do. It's called Meme Diver, and it's great. Lilith and I used to do it on our show back in the day before we were with the Transversy. If you want,
it's been longer than that. You have a backlog of memes to turn into NFTs. So you're like,
I've got a pile of them. I've got a whole pile of stuff ready to be minted. Oh, I save memes for Meme Diver. I have a whole vault full of memes for Meme Diver. So don't you worry about it. But I'm going to mint them as NFTs and then sell them for outrageous amounts of crypto.
If you say so.
That's my plan. Dresden Media wants to give their hero points to Lilith. They concede. So you get their hero points. So you get the philanthropy of Jamie Lee Curtis and Prince is extended to you, and you now have enough for tomatoes and mayonnaise.
Oh, wow.
And honestly, the condiments of your choosing. Anything you want. We're going to Subway it. Anything you want.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dresden.
So nice.
You appreciate that.
So kind. So
Okay.
kind.
But yeah, I also want to give Emily 2 turkey points for getting Jamie Lee Curtis.
What about
Emily got
this?
2
Hold
hero
on.
points. 2 hero points. So
Hold
Emily got
on.
some bread.
What if we combined all our points,
You still
turned them
wouldn't
in
have
for
enough.
a full sandwich,
Still wouldn't have enough for a full
and then cut it into thirds?
And you could, in theory, if you got enough points, but you
Yeah.
didn't get enough hero points for a full sandwich. Full sandwich is hard to get. It's like getting the turkey rifle. You're not gonna get it. That's what I was thinking. It's like okay. I feel like we could do the sandwich as 2 parts, and you could go whole sandwich for 4 points. But then you get the 9. You get like some sort of other hero. Like you get a superpower.
How about
What
this?
about that?
Anyone in the transverse, if you live in Detroit, reach out through the comments, and you and I, me and this person in Detroit will go get a
sandwich.
Yeah,
I love
on
that.
Me,
Oh,
on
yeah,
me.
yeah. Get that. Take him to that Italian place because that place had.
I'm not gonna take him to
awesome
Subway. I'm not gonna
Good.
I'm not gonna publicly announce that I'm treating someone to Subway.
Well, we had those were our 3 heroes today. We're Jamie Lee Curtis, Prince, and Bernie Sanders. And thank you for playing. Everyone out there, thank you for playing. Who's that hero? I have a couple things I want to add here. Let's just get this up here. So a little housekeeping at the end of all our shows. So you watching and viewing and all that stuff, all you great people out there, you can support the Transverse by going to patreon.com/the Transverse and get access to exclusive content, including some content from Lilith and myself. We've got some, we do another little show. It's a kind of a clip show when, so if you were here from the beginning, you heard all the goofy banter and the jokes and all that. Every now and then, if I find that especially funny, I'll take that down and I'll chop it up and I'll compile it into a little thing called Itty Bits, and we put that out. And so there's a bunch of those in the in the Patreon that you can get access to by becoming a member. Also, you can get yourself some sweet Transverse and Being Trans with Lilith and Amanda swag at thetransverse.etsy.com. So if you're in the mind to buy, I hope, I don't know if it's up there yet, I haven't checked, but there should be a coffee mug that says, "Don't talk to me until I've had my hormones." And it's awesome. And if it's up, I'm actually going to buy it from there because I want that coffee mug for myself. It's beautiful. Okay, like Emily's talking about like a bunch of stuff in the chat. This feels like the Pepsi points jet. I don't know what that means. They intend for you to ever get the prize. Okay.
Pepsi did a like a you buy soda and you collect points, and like if you collected 1 million points or something, you could win a Pepsi jet. And some lunatic went out and did it, and they're like, "We don't have a Pepsi jet, what do you?"
I mean that's a fucking lawsuit right there. It's like I'm sure there was a lawsuit, and I'm sure that they got millions of dollars.
It's like the episode where Bart took the elephant instead of
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you're not supposed to take the elephant.
I mean, Bart, like, we could take your principal and we could get him to take his pants down and leave him down for the whole school year.
I'll do it. I'll do it, Bart.
No, I want my elephant. Well, what if we surgically transform him into some sort of lobster-like creature?
Now, wait a minute. I didn't agree to that.
God damn, The Simpsons used to be so good. Like, I don't know if any of you are young enough to have seen The Simpsons, or old enough to have seen The Simpsons when it was actually a good show. But from the years of 1990 to 2000, it was a fantastic show, and it was really good. And stopped being good 24 years ago, and it's still on the fucking air for some reason. I don't know.
You sound so old right now.
Well, it's true. It hasn't been good. Like it's been terrible. Like a friend, I discussed it at length with friends of mine, and like one of my friends had this to say. It's basically said it's like if your mother died and was reanimated. It's like that's what The Simpsons is like now. It's like it looks like her, and it's kind of seems like her, but it ain't her.
It smells dead like her.
Yeah, that's gross. That's bad.
People.
Oh, Emily hasn't. So the coffee mug's not up yet. The Don't Talk to Me Until I Get My Hormones isn't up yet, but it's going to be up, and you can get it at etsy.com/thetransverse. And that's it. Visit us at thetransverse.net. If you would like to actually be on this show and participate in Who's That Hero, you can contact us and leave an email at media@thetransverse.net, and just put in the subject line, who's that turkey or who's that hero. We haven't decided if we're going to go back to Who's That Turkey or not. We might not. We might stick with Who's That Hero. You can also just tell us right now in the chat, and we'll get in touch with you, or get in touch with us, DM us on the Discord server, the Transaction Discord server, if you're not already in there.
Or send a
Emily, you
raven
can
to
talk to
Detroit.
Emily will get you in there. Yeah. But yeah, we'd love to have anyone on. You'll need a webcam, a stationary webcam, and a halfway decent mic that we can hear you. Just not too echoey, so it doesn't sound like garbage. Like, I can make it sound pretty good, but I can't fix the video. So you got to have a stationary webcam and a little bit of like a ring light or something.
None of those roving webcams that are always
just a room with some light is fine. But yeah.
Yes,
but we'd love to have you.
Please, no golems living in a cave with their precious, and they're constantly disappearing. We can't do it, Gollum.
Can't have Gollum on. You can't have, not in the cave. Gollum could be on if Gollum had a good ring light and a nice webcam.
I also feel Gollum's take on what is good and what is bad is probably too skewed.
I mean, maybe. I don't suspect Gollum would do well at
I feel like in the lore of Lord of the Rings, Frodo is a hero. I feel that
yes, that's true.
I feel that Gollum would disagree with that assessment.
Gollum would disagree with that.
He would very much
Frodo
disagree.
Did not think. Gollum did not think Frodo was a hero. But
yeah.
I would say that's arguable, because Frodo did turn out to, he wasn't able to, he started out as a hero, but when it came time to cast the ring into the fires of Mount Doom, he didn't do it. It took Gollum and Samwise to be able to get that ring to destroy the ring. So
I would say that he wasn't a hero for making those movies so long.
I love those long movies. They're so good.
No, 90 minutes. Give me a Nick Cage. I want Nick Cage as Lord of the Rings. That's what I need.
You just in and out. I want to know this story.
The story.
Give me the gist.
I want the Nick Cage faces and reactions.
I mean, I would absolutely watch a one-man solo show of Nick Cage doing the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. I absolutely would do that.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, it's a really good idea, Nick Cage. If you're listening or watching, we would love to see that. Please consider it. Consider it for one of your upcoming endeavors. I think we're going to take a break. You feel like taking a break? I need a break.
I mean, if you need a break, it really doesn't matter what I feel, does it?
I do. And yes, thank you, Walk Faster. You say goodbye. We are coming back. We're not done. We're still going to do Transition Tuesday.
Well, you know what you should do? You should put up the bumper we got.
I'm going to put up the bumper as soon as
you don't have to explain that we'll be right back. You just have to.
No, I'm not going to just disappear with the thing there. That's
you just have to say we'll be right back and blop it up.
Well, I'm checking with you. I'm being polite. I'm trying not to be authoritarian here. I'm trying to be democratic. How do you feel? If I would like to take a break. Is that okay?
No, we're going to work through until you pee yourself.
God,
of course we could take a break.
God damn it. I do. I also need to put a piece of food in my belly. Just a little piece of food.
All right. Just
all right, I'll see you. We'll be back. We'll be right back.
best. You can just do
And just like
fusion
just yeah.
cookings at home because, like, I think the fusion chefs, they're like, we own fusion. You can just do fusion yourself.
You can do
know?
fusion yourself.
Yeah.
We just decided to just come back without introducing
Yeah.
anything, but I already feel bad about it. We're back. This is
Put
us.
put some tomato sauce on a burger. You got Italian American fusion.
Yeah, it's called ketchup. You do that. Like I guess what you mean like
Ketchup is not like tomato sauce. What are you talking about?
ketchup is sugary tomato sauce. That's all it is. With vinegar in it.
Yeah.
You know, there's stuff. That's essentially what ketchup is, just like tomato sauce, vinegar, and sugar. Is I mean, what
I
else
don't
is
put
in it?
vinegar in my tomato
Salt.
sauce.
No, but ketchup does.
But
Ketchup is vinegar and
that's
ketchup.
the difference.
What are the differences? Yeah, well, you probably put sugar in tomato sauce, I bet, because yeah,
I don't.
I do sometimes. I sometimes put sugar in my tomato sauce.
I put wine in my tomato sauce.
That's a good thing. There's no wine in ketchup, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
Oh, I keep coming back to ketchup.
What are you? You're obsessed with ketchup.
I'm not obsessed
You're
with
just
it.
like,
It was on my
put ketchup
mind.
in your ramen. Now you got Americanized ramen noodles.
I just tried out Matthew Woe says, imagine clearly looking like a man, yet claiming to be female. Those wigs do y'all zero justice. So Matthew Woe is a troll and a transphobic piece of shit, and fuck you, dude. All right, we're gonna report that and remove
give
it.
me a heads up. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't. I should have read it first. Hate speech or graphic violence report.
Honestly,
Right.
you think my hair is a wig? That's the nicest thing everyone's ever said about my hair.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like a
I'm
wig.
sorry I read that. I should have
it
been
looks
more
like-
careful.
it
I
looks
thought
like
we
I
had a
paid
thing where we
money
could
for
naturals.
this.
I thought we were doing that. But anyway, that's lame. That's super lame. We went ahead and reported
I mean,
that.
what's
So,
super lame is like
yeah.
having your Saturday off and then
coming
just
to
going,
it.
just
Well,
going online looking for trans women to say mean things to it. Like, we
It's
do
so
not
crazy.
care. Oh no,
It's
you
just
don't like my hair?
I know, it's like it's so crazy, and then it's just like it's so obvious that it's because they're fucking like, why would you do that if you didn't want to fuck us? It's like there's no chance those people aren't just voyeurs and just they hate themselves so much. And I would be even willing to bet that they have transcendencies themselves. It's like
I don't like that. I don't buy that. I don't.
yeah, maybe
I
not.
hate
Like,
that.
I'm not going to assume anything. They're pieces of shit, is what they are. And so, fuck that guy. And he got reported and flagged. And see ya.
Whatever. I mean, honestly, I don't say
Yeah.
fuck that guy. I don't hate that guy.
Oh,
I wish that person could find the ability to love themselves so much that their whole existence didn't revolve around letting other people know how much they hate them.
Yeah,
honestly,
I'd like that too, but in the meantime, they can go fuck
telling
themselves.
telling the world that fuck itself isn't going to solve
Until
it.
then, they can they can lick the shit inside of my ass. Yeah, like
I was gonna say, I hope you don't have any. I just leave some outside just in case.
I just a pile. I keep them in both places.
I just keep a little bit, just in case.
Next to the bed.
In case anyone comes up on YouTube, is like, you got a little, you're like, I got a little. I keep it stuck in my ass.
Yeah, thanks, Drez. Appreciate it. Yeah, Drez got my back. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, I'm with Lilith too. It's like I agree that, like, anyway, fuck it up. Let's do a thing. We can do our show. You want to do our show? We've got questions.
Peace and love to everyone in the sound of my voice, even. And honestly, like,
it's true. Yeah, me too.
You think my hair is a wig? That is nice. That means like you think I paid money.
That's true.
For this, and all I did was let the humidity of Detroit eat at it, and then rub some Moroccan hair oil in it.
That's like good. I know. It's like I know.
You think that was posted? Was that posted while we were on break? Because
yeah, it was.
So yeah, the hair in the if I had the patience to like do my own hair, that's what it would look like every day. But I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care to like put a bouncy little curl.
I hate that picture of me. I feel like it makes me look like a frumpy old lady that's an HR.
You're only
you think you get a better picture.
You're only as frumpy as you feel.
Well, that picture makes me look frumpy, and I like it. And so I don't think it's an accurate representation of my personality. Let's do a question. Let's do a show. Oh, wait, I'm going to count us in, okay? And you can do the whole thing.
Jesus Christ.
Well, wait, no, I want to do one more thing because I'm going to change it. That's going to change exactly what I just said. And I'm going to do a thing because we need to do a little live show copy, which is Tuesday night on the Transverse. Emily welcomes back transmasc advocate, photographer, and social worker Kason Truth to the Transgender Show. Then, Thursday night, join Emily for a 3-hour drawing stream as she works on a cat portrait for Meowster Mutual Aid, organizer and prize winner Kamianya. Both shows start at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time, and join myself and Lilith next Saturday for more Being Trans with Lilith and Amanda starting at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. We are here every Saturday doing this exact thing, being goofs. We'll be here next week. Please come then. That's the housekeeping stuff. Should we start the show?
Let us start the show.
Thanks. In 5, 4, 3.
Hey everyone, welcome to Transition Tuesday. I'm Lilith Recta. That's Amanda Bonanza. Transition Tuesday, where we find questions or get questions. Feel free to drop us a question or email us a question, and we'll answer it on a future episode. But right now, I've got a question. I just love to jump in and do the question.
I do too. I mean, I like to give gab.
We've been like bantering for like 90 minutes now. So
there's been no shortage of gib gabbing. There's been a lot of gib gab. A lot of chewing the fat.
Chewing the fat. So let's just jump in. And this is an interesting question. And it's one of these, like, I see it as a good question, and then I click the question because I basically like look on Reddit and online support groups and stuff. And then like it's like 5 paragraphs. I'm like, I don't want to read all this, But
TLDR.
I think I might just answer the question. And then
you're gonna answer the question, so we're gonna change the whole thing.
No, I'm gonna read the question. I'm gonna answer the question. I don't know if
I thought you were gonna answer the question first, and then I'm supposed to guess at what the question is.
We're gonna make this Jeopardy.
We're gonna do a reverse thing. Yeah.
But I think the question is.
You think the question is? You're not 100% on this.
The question is open enough for us to just jump in, and
okay, so we're gonna get. It's a lot. What you're saying is
it's a lot.
It's a long, convoluted question.
No, it's a short question, and then after they ask the question, they put a lot, because usually I read the question and they might have a few comments about what they mean, but I think we get that. So
so we're gonna get the question.
Then we're just gonna jump in,
and then. So we're not gonna get any of the explanation, of it. We're just gonna get the question.
I'd be willing to bet if someone asked you this question on the street, you'd hit all this anyway.
Okay, so all that stuff that you just said was basically just pointless because we're just gonna hear the question, and you told us about a whole bunch of stuff that no one's ever gonna hear or no one's ever gonna know about. Which, if you had just read the question,
I apologize for going off on something. I didn't mean to be holding. I didn't mean to hold up the show.
Such a little jerk. I love you so much. I'm just like giving you, tooting you some guff. It's all in good fun. We love each other, right?
So, how are bathroom bills supposed to work anyway? Let's say I'm a law-abiding person in a red state that passes one of a bathroom bill. I don't want to get arrested and thrown in jail, which happens these days if you say you're female, even though my official birth certificate reads sex female and I was born elsewhere, so the state has no ability to prove that it was any differently. And then they say, like, what if I'm flying and I go to one of these states and things like that? But I don't think maybe it's happened. I haven't heard of anyone getting thrown in jail for violating a bathroom bill. And I would say, I'm going to turn this over to you a second, but like most of these bills it serves 2 purposes. It serves appealing to a base of voter who, for some reason, has no problem in their life except for the fact that a trans person in an airport might use a bathroom once. That appeals to those kind of people. And 2 is intimidation. They want trans people to be worried about going to the bathroom. They want trans people to be worried out in public. Like I said, I don't know how they're enforceable. I don't think they are enforceable. But again, it's just like, when they say, well, cops can suspect that they smell marijuana in your car so they can pull you over. It's basically like, give the cops they just need a reason. And so if someone says this person looks trans, that's their reason to harass you. And like I said, it's to induce fear in you and to appeal to morons. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe you've heard of a story of someone getting arrested for this,
I
but
haven't actually heard of anyone actually getting arrested, but I mean, it is like you said, it is there for intimidation. It works. It's scary. Like I'm not scared. Like I'll still do it, but like, I mean, I've never heard of anyone getting it, but I mean, I could imagine it happening. I don't I can't really figure out how they would go about. Well, I can. Like they could arrest them and then they could like take them to the fucking station and fucking strip. And like, and if you've got the parts that don't coincide with the tick on your driver's license or whatever, they could do whatever they do, and they're going to. Like once they get to that point, like they're gonna do whatever they do and it's gonna be horrible. The bottom line of it is like it's a horrible situation, and these are terrible people enacting clearly draconian laws that are really harmful to not only our community but just everyone alive. Like no one wants to live in that world. Like I mean,
but
so
that's the
I
thing
don't
is like,
know.
it's one thing I'm starting to realize is we have these arguments, and this is a great argument, just bathroom bills, but like,
Yeah,
Project 2025 and talking to people who are like voting Republican, is it's not enough to say this harms this group of people, because
right.
that's exactly what they want. If you want to
Yeah,
talk to your stupid grandpa or
it's
your
about how it
uncle,
harms you.
it's about how it's going to harm them. It's like, it's going to cut
Yeah,
Social Security, it's going to cut Medicaid, it's going to cut your overtime pay. It's
yeah, it's going to bring your
it's
taxes up. It's going to raise your
it's going to
taxes.
completely
Like,
fuck
yeah,
the federal government, because they're going to get rid of 1 million employees on the first day, which is going to, that's 1 million unemployed federal workers in one day is going to fuck everything up. So
everything they're planning is going to wreck
telling that
everything.
person that it intimidates you or that it harms you is not going to
It's
move
not
the
going to do
needle,
anything.
because that's what they want. I, for one, have
Although
peed,
I'm going to
I
pause
have
you here and I'm going to
no, you're
interrupt.
not going to pause me. You're not going to pause me, because I'm going to say I've peed in every Love's women's room from Richmond to Tampa to Alabama, up through West Virginia. And no one's ever said anything. I got a few like stealth, like, nods from like queer people who saw me and like, felt like support, because we go through a lot of places, those
That's
people don't have the
legit.
support.
Yeah, it's
I'm
huge.
lucky, I've got the support of people around me, and like I said, I don't let those things bother me. What will happen if that is, I don't know. I don't deal in what wills. I'll manage it. Whatever happens, and I'll deal with it then.
Yeah,
But,
that's kind
I
of the
would say,
thing.
yeah, I would say, every once in a while, I think things happen, and it takes on, like, you'll see a video of some lady who starts yelling at a person. Like, I remember one a few years ago when North Carolina passed theirs. There was a line for the women's room, and there was a woman there who just just was kind of like I don't want to be insulting, but was just like kind of a butch looking woman, and got accused, and the cops are there and stuff. But that stuff takes on a life of its own. That's not the standard. Most people don't care. Most people don't most people aren't as agitated as the people you'll see in online videos are agitated. It is out there, and you have to be some. But the point of the matter is, the states that do that, people like Ron DeSantis, the government wants you to be afraid and to stay in the closet. And my advice is always, you don't have to go pee in the women's room in every Love's from Richmond to Tampa if you don't feel that. You have to find your thing. And if you feel like, for what's best for you and your psyche is to not push those boundaries, then obviously you shouldn't. But also just know that, in my opinion, I don't know how these are enforceable. We don't have to carry our birth certificates around. I have a driver's license and a passport that lists
Yeah.
my gender as female.
Yeah, I might. Yeah.
I can't imagine cops wanting to take you down to, but by the time, I don't even think about that. I don't live my life worrying about what the worst case scenario is. All right. And now I just had to say that. And now I'll go back to what you were going to cut me off.
Oh yeah. Wait, but I forgot what I was talking about. I just added it. That's okay. I remember what it was. No, I'm not gonna, because I've done this a million times.
Yeah.
Of course, I love you, and you were I agree with everything you're saying. I'm going to actually build on what you just said because that's a better way to do things than going back in time.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, all of that stuff is correct. It's like if they're gonna do bullshit like this and they're gonna try and pull these stunts, you gotta fucking do it anyway. Like you can't acquiesce to it. Like you can't like they made a law that says I can't do this thing that's stupid. You got to do it anyway. It's like there's a there's a phrase called taking liberties, and the reason that is called that is because liberties are not given to you, they are taken by you, and you have to take them. No one's ever going to give you your freedom. You have to take your freedom. And so you can't let an unjust law, you can't give it merit by obeying it. It is your civic duty as a citizen to disobey unjust laws. That's what you're supposed to do. And that's the right and ethically correct thing to do. And I know it takes a lot of courage. It takes a certain type of person that's able to pull that off. But like, if you've got it in you, like you got to make them do it. You got to make them do the horrible thing.
Can I build on that?
Yes.
All right. And this is just because I feel like especially when maybe you're in a you're trans, you're in your own minority group. You might be younger, so I'm now I was alive in the 70s. I was not too far removed from some of the civil rights issues. Obviously, I didn't live through it, but there are things I know about. A lot of people don't know. Like it used to be, there's a place called Woolworth, which was like a store, but they also had a lunch counter, and they would only let white people sit at the lunch counter. And you can search online, look for Woolworth sit-ins, and black and white students would go together and they would sit at the counter, and you'll see it. People are dumping food on them, and it's all angry people, and you might get arrested. And that's why I say, like, everyone doesn't have to be at the front lines of that. Everyone doesn't have to be the one getting arrested. But I would say, if it ever did get really bad, like, we have a pee in and have everyone just
on the floor.
No, not that. Like, you just go and everyone goes and uses the stall, and you all go as a group, and like 8 of you go and you go to the bathroom, and you use the stall in the women's room, and you use the men's room if you're transitioning female to male. But whatever it is, like, you go and use those stalls, and you defy the government. And I'm going to tell you, like, it can get ugly. There were people who,
it's real ugly.
They went to the South, and the Freedom Riders tried to ride buses, and a couple of them were murdered. And it's
get hurt.
Scary times to live in, but also you have to realize that
it's always been scary.
The moment is bigger than us right now, and we can either shrink, or we can stay up to it. And again, you have to decide what you're capable of. I am not telling you, like, if you have fears about that. And like I said, I'm not thrilled and lining up to get sent to a men's prison, but I'm also willing to do things like that and defy whatever those are. And
exactly.
So, and I'll have an opportunity, next month. I'm going to Florida. I'm performing at the Tampa at a comedy festival in Tampa. If you hit me up in the comments if you're in the area and you want to come. But on the way back, I got to be at the airport 2 hours early to get my flight back to Detroit. If I got to pee, I'm not going to sit here and worry about it. I'm going to go.
Exactly. That's a super salient point, and a thing that bears repeating, because I know we said it before in this show, but like, it's like, not everyone is made to be a frontline soldier. Like, everyone's got a different skill sets, different personalities, and different tolerances and different capabilities. And any way that you can resist this bullshit is the right way to do it. Just anyway, just the only thing is I'm not even going to say don't acquiesce to it. If that's the best you can do, like, even just surviving in the face of this Nazi bullshit is an act of defiance. Like,
right in their eye.
Yeah, it's even just that is keeping the flame. So you got to do it. And go on.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not sitting here saying this like I am some sort of freedom fighter or rebel. I have people that I know in my life who do political stuff, and but you go, like, when I was living in Virginia, they would do a Congressperson's Day, where they would set up where people could sign up to talk to one-on-one with congressmen, and they would ask for people in the LGBTQ community to do that, and or like testifying, like any trans person who testifies before a state legislator or for Congress, like I have big respect for that, because I would get asked to do that, and then they'd have like, here are some tips, and it'd be like, I can't do this. They're just like, be polite, and like, the minute someone asks me a
Not be
dumbass question,
polite.
I'm be like, fuck you, I don't care what you think. But I've also done stuff where I've in the past for Equality Virginia, which was a great organization in that state, where I would do speeches where organizations would have trans people come in to talk about, one, tell their story, but then also answer questions. So I did one with the boys and girls club, where they were asking like, how can they improve things for, finding big brothers and big sisters for, trans kids. I also did one with a medical community where they asked questions like, what are the expectations? How do we handle things maybe we're not familiar with? And I answered those questions. And so I am perfectly fine going to groups where I might run into someone who's angry, or someone who's an asshole, or someone who might say I'm wearing a wig. Like, those things don't bother me. And in fact, if you attack me in public verbally, you're going to lose that fight. You're going to be super humiliated. Do not come at me verbally.
I'll wreck them. I'll disintegrate them.
My little brother
like
said
molecule by molecule, and they will be a pile of ash. God, sorry.
My little brother would always say, like, you're the smartest person I know, and I've never seen anyone get the better of you, verbally sparring with you. And I welcome that challenge, and I do not care. I mean, if you come at me like that, all the gloves are off. Like, I go from 0 to 60 in like a second and a half. So, you have to find what your skill set is. You have to do what you're comfortable with. I don't want to go talk to some assholes in Congress. Actually, the new one I want to do, if I ever did that, would be reach out to a Republican congressman and say I was a detransitioner who wanted to speak in Congress, and then just tell my story and be pro-trans the whole time. But that sounds like a lot of effort. I don't want
that's a lot of work, and
that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it gets
Plus, they're gonna look into it. They're gonna see me on here, and they're like, "Bitch, who you trying to fool?"
Maybe they'll look into it. I don't know. They seem really weirdly incompetent and stupid. Like, maybe they will. Like, I don't know. I can't tell with those guys, because like, there's most of them are just shameless opportunists. Most of them are just grifters. Like, the vast majority of the Republican Party, and not necessarily the voters, but the politicians and the machinations, the people behind, the people that make up the machine,
some people up there are smart.
A handful are
smart. They're smart at manipulating the people further down the pyramid.
Exactly. But even up there, the people that are smart are less than you would think. I think the vast majority of them really, and I think less of them believe in any of this nonsense than this is. You have to understand. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Noam Chomsky, but like, he outlined this many times throughout his career, and especially in relatively recent times. I don't know that he speaks anymore, but he pointed out that, like, I mean, and this is absolutely true, the Republican Party's actual agenda is really just to increase the wealth and power of people that are already wealthy and powerful. That's it. That's all they ultimately care about, and that's what they're about. They are the ruling class. They are the elite supporters of whatever you want to call it, of classism, and that they want to keep the ruling class ruling and everyone else subservient to them, and that is their only real goal. And when you have an agenda that's that hideous and that unpopular in a democratic system, where you do actually need votes to win, you can't just come out and say this is what I'm going to do. You have to have something that people are going to get behind. And they've exhausted everything, because they tried everything with like trickle down economics and all the weird buzzwords, but everyone alive today has seen their methodology just fail in front of their eyes for the last 50 years. So all they've got left is to isolate, divide, and conquer, and choose a section of people to pick on and come after them, and that happens to be us right now.
Well, I would say that, and we're way off bathroom bills here, but I think it's important.
Right, we
You
are.
mentioned Noam Chomsky, and I think one thing
Mhm.
to understand is, Noam Chomsky's background is as a linguist, and I think it's
Yeah.
important to pay attention to, then this goes back to '94, the importance of words, and when they are trying to get words to be taken out of circulation. They don't want you to say this. In the 1984, I believe it was, instead of saying bad, it became ungood. And they changed the way you were able to speak so that, we've talked about this with being trans. Like when we were young, we didn't have the verbal tools to express what we were going through,
Yeah.
and now you're coming up this time where you have the way to talk about what you're going through when it comes to your gender. And now what they're trying to do, and this is very 1984, and is why I think Chomsky is so smart and so able to tune these things, because he has that background in linguistics and looking at how language is controlled, and why are books being taken out, why are things stopped being taught. And it's because when they can control the words you can use, then they can take things out of circulation. They can control
Well,
how we
'cause
see the world, but they can
we
control how we can talk about ourselves. And if the next generation doesn't have those words, they're going to be right back where we were 40 years ago,
well,
where we
that's
didn't
exactly
have the way
right.
to talk
It's
about it.
language. Most people think in language. Like you get imbued with language so early on in your development as a human being that like people tend to think in language. It's one of the main driving forces behind why cultures behave the way they do, is because language. Like I mean, there's so many examples of it that make it so obvious. Like it's like the German language is succinct and concise, and it lends itself very well to engineering, and hence why Germans like typically are known as good
No,
engineers and all
I
that
don't want to
stuff.
have this
Like,
conversation. I don't
okay,
know about all of
we
that.
don't need to go down this
That
road,
sounds
but like
that sounds like you're moving in a
anyway,
very weird direction.
the point of it is, you're right. We don't need to go there, but
But
language is
watch how
how
they're talking about
language
language.
shapes how you think. And if the words aren't there, like I mean, if you're then you don't have a way to express that, and then you don't think in that way. Like that's how that is. And like Lilith saying, like them trying to change language and doing that, it's much more insidious than that. I mean, they banned the Diary of Anne Frank, for fuck's sake. It's like, if you can't,
Well,
if
no.
you're
I mean,
against
just
the
think about.
Diary of Anne Frank, who are you?
I
Like, I mean,
mean,
it's
they
pretty obvious.
just 1 second. Like that's exactly what it is. It's like they don't want to call trans women trans women. It's
Yeah.
always biological males shouldn't be playing with sports. There's no such thing as a biological male. These motherfuckers failed biology or never. And I'm
Well, they don't know the first thing
They
about
don't
it.
know the
Yeah.
first thing about biology. So if anyone's telling you about biological anything, tell them to cram it. Because if you talk to a biologist, they'll tell you that
Yeah.
anyone who's studied this. And
Well,
so
that's also why
pay
they hate
attention.
science
Pay
so
attention,
much.
but pay attention though to those things where, and you'll notice this with Republicans, they'll get talking points, or there'll be a word that is suddenly the thing.
They're
Like
all saying it.
pay
They're all
attention,
saying it all the
to
time.
your dumb uncle who doesn't want. All of a sudden, there was a while back where the whole thing was like, oh, all of this, the Democrats are taking this from Saul Alinsky's playbook, and Saul Alinsky was, I believe, a labor organizer and supposed communist.
Yeah, the Marxism.
Yeah, and so as soon
the
as
fake news. Fake news is
your
one of them.
idiot uncle who has never read a book in his life and is like, this is straight out of the Saul Alinsky playbook. Be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, who's that, sir?
So as
Yeah,
soon as you start hearing,
what?
if they start referring to trans people as a certain way, that's biological men. The biological men and biological women was never a phrase ever used in the history of mankind until 3 years ago, when they invented it to make sure that we stop saying, because trans women, you're like, that's a woman, and trans is a type of woman they are, as opposed to biological male, which is whatever. So pay attention to those things. I know this doesn't have to do with the bathroom, but it does have something to do with like you wondering like what you can do, and it's like, I don't want to go do a pee in, especially if Amanda's going to be peeing all over the floor. you know.
Not in the bathroom. I meant like out in the open, like in the
No,
middle of the
kid is
store.
using the point is to use the
Like,
room.
you don't want to let me use the bathroom? Then I'll take a shit right here on your
No,
counter. How about that?
that's not going to get anyone on our side. But it might be a case where
No,
like
but it'll feel good.
you might have a knack for paying attention to these things and like really noticing and letting your community know when these words come, because then the next thing is they start showing up in our community. And you'll see someone, and I see this all the time on Reddit, and I think a lot of times Reddit is a lot of bots and a lot
It's a
of
lot
bad
of bots on
actors.
Reddit, yeah.
And they'll be like, I'm a biological male who wants to, and it's just like, be aware of those things and make your community aware, and use, trans women. That's where not. If someone comes to me and we talk about like ignoring assholes, if someone comes up to me and asks me about biological men, I don't. You don't have to talk to that person.
You
That
don't,
person is
and
an
you shouldn't
idiot.
engage with these people. Like the time for debate and like is long past.
There's no time for debate.
These people
I
are done.
exist.
They're. Well, I'm saying like you don't need to defend your existence to people that like they have exhibited time and time again, and especially at this stage in the game, they have exhibited clearly that they are not interested in learning and having a back and forth. Like they're not doing it for any other reason than to just steamroll their agenda forward. So you can just tell them to fuck right off, and you
They
should.
can't even tell the
Don't
difference
waste your time with
they
these
can't even tell
pieces
the
of
difference
shit.
between real wigs and real hair, and so like
They're so bad. They're so bad and
Oh,
dumb.
but yeah,
They're so stupid.
bathroom
Hey,
bills
whoever you
aren't
were,
bathroom bills aren't made to be enforced. They're made to
yeah.
intimidate people and appeal to morons. But as always, be as safe as you can and be aware of your surroundings. And if you just know that I'm out there peeing in a Love's in Florence, South Carolina, for all of us.
I want to just bring one more thing back to the actual
Is it about
question.
bathroom? Yeah, okay.
It is. It's about the actual initial question.
You're not gonna pee on the floor or anything.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Not right
Okay,
now.
and then
Not in my own house. Never. No. Very hygienic.
Oh, by the way, hi YouTube troll, whoever you are. Please go be happy and like find some satisfaction in your life.
Yeah,
Instead of whatever you think you're doing here. I love you.
Yeah.
I want you to be happy.
In any case, if it's been a long time and it's been a windy path, but I believe the question asked something along the lines they mentioned. She mentioned that she's already got her vaginoplasty. She's got all the markers. Like at that point, like you'd be crazy not to use the women's room. Like you just, what are they gonna get you on? Like they got nothing. Like it's so. Don't even think about it. And I want to add a layer to that. And this is also something we've talked about before. Is so much of whether or not you get hassled or bothered at all is how you carry yourself and confidence. Like you have to walk into rooms as though you own them, like as though you deserve to be there because you do. You should walk in, if you walk into the women's bathroom all sheepish and nervous and looking around and like emitting this energy that says, I'm not supposed to be there, then people are going to notice. But if you just walk in like, of course I'm going to the women's room, I'm a woman, no one's going to do anything, no matter how you look. It's all about how you carry yourself, and that carries so much weight. It's like the people that hurt other people or stuff like this, they're cowards themselves, and they only go after soft targets. And so if you don't emanate the energy of being a victim and being a target, you're not going to get it. So go forth with confidence and use the fucking correct bathroom. That's correct for you.
All right. So then I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
People are like, what do you say to people? So apparently we had a troll, and I asked Emily to send me what they said, and I got it here. And it was basically the two of us.
Yeah.
Have the same tone and conversational behavior in flat earthers. And I would say to this, if this person wasn't a coward and is still here, I would say the only difference is we have science on our side.
We actually
And
know what
flat-
we're talking about.
People
Yeah.
who study biology and physiology and gender and psychology are on our side.
Yeah,
No
we've got
no one in the
100% of the data, and you've got
no one
nothing.
in the space community is on the flat earth. So no, you are the one who sounds like a flat earther because you're just dismissing everyone
You're
who has
saying
science on their-
stupid shit
You're
that's
saying
clearly
stupid shit.
wrong.
You have no idea what you're talking about. So
You're factually incorrect. It's not even just wrong.
We did the research, and
Yeah,
so you
and
can
we
just
won.
check it.
We won that one,
Yeah,
and you lost.
you lost, but you also, hey, on the plus
Jury's
side,
out. Jury's out. You're
on the
wrong.
plus side, you wasted your Saturday afternoon coming here and
Yeah.
making a fool of yourself. So I hope you
They're
find something to do next Saturday and enjoy your
he's
life.
tugging it to us right now.
I'm tugging it to us right now. What are you talking about? It's the only reason I
All
do this
those
show.
trolls, they love us. They think about us. They can't stop, and they hate themselves for it.
And I apologize to Emily if she didn't want me to say that on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's like it's one of those things. I don't know.
I don't consider that feeding the trolls, though. I here's my thing: if someone is trolling you, on I think you saw it the other day,
destroy them, rip them to
the other
shreds.
day I had someone who commented,
pleasure.
And they were like, "What's, without looking it up online? What's the definition of fascism?" And all I replied was like, "I don't get sucked into bad faith arguments on the internet. Good luck with the rest of your life," and that's it. And I think they might have replied to them, but I don't know because I didn't look, because I don't engage in bad faith arguments on the internet. However, this is my show, so I just get to talk and say my half of the story. So it's not really a bad faith argument. That guy's an idiot, and yeah, treat idiots like idiots with sympathy for being so stupid.
Oh, what do you want? Do what you feel. Live your life. Take liberties. We love you.
We love you too, Emily. Emily just made a joke about me talking about stroking it. So,
is that what that was? I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, I don't generally like being that base and that crude, but like for trolls, fuck them. I'll rip them to shreds.
Yeah.
Let's do some housekeeping, shall we? We got a little bit more housekeeping
I thought
before
we
we sign up.
down.
No, we can't close it down without doing the housekeeping. I gotta say this
I'm gonna drink a cold drink.
You, the viewer. Wait, I've got my stuff all mixed up. Hang on. Okay, housekeeping. So, we love having you. We love comments. We love all the things. You can go to support the transverse. Oh boy, what jumbly nonsense. I'm going to start this over for the sake of the recording. All y'all watching right now, you get to see me jumble and fuck up and do all that stuff. But in any case, so thank you for watching Transition Tuesday with Lilith, Electra, and Amanda Bonanza. That's me. If you like, you can support the Transverse by going to patreon.com/the Transverse and get access to exclusive content. A lot of that's some of that's from Lilith and me. We have a couple things up there that you can get. You won't be able to see it anywhere else. Not really. I don't think. I made a point to not put it anywhere else. You can also get yourself some sweet Transverse and Being Trans with Lilith and Amanda swag at thetransverse.etsy.com, where you can buy the mugs and clothes and t-shirts and cool stuff that are trans positive and trans friendly. And those little things help us out a great deal. Money helps us keep going. We get to keep doing stuff. We're not trying to get rich. We're just trying to live. Just like you. If you don't have money, and that's okay, we don't need it. I mean, we do need the money, but like, we understand that not everybody can give money or can do that stuff. Easiest thing. If you're here, you watch this, you like it, just hit like, hit subscribe. Like, those things make a huge difference and they get it out there. Like, the whole point of what we're doing here is to normalize being trans. Like, so it's not a foreign thing for people that are scared of us or think we're devils or something. Like, we're just trying to be people and being people. And as much as this can get out there and permeate the zeitgeist, like, that's a good thing. And the thing that helps that, the easiest thing you can do is click like the video, Like, subscribe. Like, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change your life at all. It just helps us, and it's free and it's easy. And that's the best thing you can do. If you want to go the extra mile, you can share it. Post it, tell people about it. Like, hey, do you have friends? Do you have family? Do you have family that argues with you about this stuff, or asks weird questions, or doesn't understand some of these concepts? Like, let them know. Point them to the show it to them. Like, I mean, that's great stuff you can do. That's about that.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. You told them to
Quite a
share, and then you
bit.
told them how to share. And I was like, they don't share.
Yeah,
I would
you
also
know.
say, if you're in Detroit, it stands. If you're in Detroit and you want to get a Bomberito sub with me and go hang out at the river and just talk, do it. I will hold myself that I offered as a jest earlier in the show to buy someone a sub if they were here in Detroit. You can hold me to that. And then of course, the shows go live every Saturday at 3 Eastern, 1 o'clock noon.
Yeah,
Uh,
noon on the
but
West Coast.
if you want to pop in at 2 Eastern, 11 Pacific and watch Emily and Amanda struggle
Just
with getting the show set
while
up.
Lilith is hot, while Lilith is disinterested. It's true. Well, we usually come on a little early, but I also want to second Lilith's notion. I'm going to extend that also to Ventura County. I live in Ventura County. So if you're
Or
going
you're
to
gonna
come
get
around,
them a
Oxnard
Bomberito
or
sub.
Ventura, well, I'm going to hang out with you. If you want, I want to meet you anyway. I need more trans friends. I don't know enough. I don't know enough people. I want to hang out. I love it. I love doing stuff. Also, I play poker. And if any one of you wants to play poker with me or talk about poker or study poker, hit me up because I love poker. So let's do poker, or let's just hang out and get some coffee or drinks or whatever. Like, I love meeting people and doing stuff. Ventura County, Oxnard, Camarillo, even LA. If you're in LA, I might take a trip down to LA to see you. Like, I go to LA periodically, but yeah, that's that. Hang out, let's do stuff.
I hate meeting people and hanging out, but for a
But
Bomberito
you're gonna
sub,
buy him a
for
sub.
a sub,
But you're
I
gonna buy him a
mean,
fucking sub.
yeah,
That's
let's
how
go
much
have a
that
sub.
means. So
Yeah,
that's like, in a way, that's worth a lot more.
yeah,
I'm offering.
yeah.
But on the flip side of that is I do like hanging out with people and meeting people. So you're gonna have fun with
You'll
me.
have fun with me too. Just like it's not going to be like on my list of things I could do. That's not going to be number one. But I am a fun person.
She is. I
I'm
can
one of
attest to
the.
that. Lilith is incredibly wonderful to hang out. I had a great time hanging out with her in Detroit. And a little bit we got in San Luis Obispo last year, but like, yeah, it's wonderful. In case, that's it. Our show is over, I think.
Oh
Anything
wait, I
else to
got I
say?
got one
Oh,
thing. So someone posted something.
Cyberpunk boy. Yeah, I've been meaning to
First of
mention him.
all,
Hey, by the way, hey,
Cyber.
what's up?
Hey, I'm sorry, real far away, but just because you're a cis guy doesn't mean you're not in line to get the sub deal.
Oh yeah, if you're
Yeah,
here, you're in the club. Like, yeah,
but
in fact, that makes me really happy. I'm glad to know that there's a cis boy watching.
Cyberpunk Boy
Yeah.
is unfortunately really far from Detroit. So if you ever find yourself here,
Yeah.
we'll get a sandwich or some Destroy style pizza. Who knows?
You know what? If you're far from, I'm also far from Detroit. I'm in Ventura County, California.
Hadn't
Cyberpunk boy,
heard.
are you
I hadn't
near
heard.
Ventura County, California? We can hang out. I'd love to meet you and hang out with you and have a sandwich if you like, or drink a coffee or have a martini. I think I'm gonna make lemon drops tomorrow night.
Half a martini.
Have a
Oh,
martini.
okay.
Yeah, that's me. Little old me can only handle half a martini. Girl, I have 3 martini lunches.
Okay. You know what? It looks like Cyberpunk Boy is in Eastern Washington.
Eastern Washington. I have a really good friend in Spokane, and I used to live in Seattle. And I never spent a lot of time in Eastern Washington, but I have a friend named Ian Hedlund in Spokane, and he's a great guy.
Just doxing your friends.
No, he's my friend. He'll
Okay.
be fine with it. Like, it's like, he's a great guy. You can, I suppose you're right. That probably maybe wasn't the best thing to do. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't give his address or anything. He's a cool dude. Maybe you know him. I don't know, but he's a great guy. I know a handful. I've got another friend named Brian, lives in Spokane. I don't know where you are in Eastern Washington, but I'm not unfamiliar with it.
Can I be honest? I feel
Yeah.
like as much as I'm enjoying this conversation, I think the show's over.
Yeah, show's over.
We don't
Okay,
need
everyone, we're
a list
leaving.
of everyone we know in Washington.
I'm actually gonna play some poker. I'm gonna eat food and I'll make a salad and play some poker.
What I'm gonna do is no one's business.
That's true. You'll never know. What you
But
do
it'll be
know
an
is that
affront-
she'll
it'll
be here
an
next
affront to
week.
God. That's
Next
for sure.
week at noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be right here on the YouTube and the Twitch talking stuff. We'll have a culinary delights next week. We'll see you then.